and on DAB.
Talk Radio. For those about to talk, we salute you. Talk Radio.
Thank you, Johnny. Thank you, Ash. Ian Lee. Busy show this evening. I say that, I've got absolutely nothing planned for it whatsoever. So do give us a call. There's no agenda. You can talk about whatever you want. 0844 499 1000. We call you back. I'm Ian Lee. This is Talk Radio.
Late night, Iain Lee on Talk Radio.
We have ways of making you talk.
I'm not the kind of guy who likes to play Big Brother, but I've just seen your date outside. He's with another. I saw you both come in, and clearly you're not meant for him. So please, please hold my hand. Hold my hand, yeah, yeah. Hold my hand, yeah, yeah. Hold my hand and I'll see you home. I want to tell you I'm in love with you completely. I'd like to take you far away from here discreetly. Our love was meant to be, and darling, it's a certainty. Oh, please, please hold my hand. Hold my hand, yeah, yeah. Hold my hand, yeah, yeah. Hold my hand and I'll see you home. Hold my hand, yeah, yeah. Hold my hand, yeah, yeah. Hold my hand and I'll see you home.
Off with his head.
Hold my hand, yeah, yeah. Hold my hand, yeah, yeah. Hold my hand and I'll see you home. Hold my hand, yeah, yeah. Hold my hand, yeah, yeah. Hold my hand and I'll see you home.
Good evening, Christina.
Hello, hip, hip, hip.
Hip, 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 Christina. You're the first caller of the night, and I think that means that we, after this phone call, stay on the line. We take your name and address, and we send you a crisp £5 note. I think that's what happens. I may have dreamt that. I'm not sure. What have you got for us, Christina?
I was listening to your podcast from Thursday. I'm really late. I'm really sorry.
Well, hang on a minute. I don't. What was Thursdays? I don't even remember what was Thursdays.
I don't remember the whole thing, but I just remember this question. I don't know if you got it answered.
Okay, let's have the question.
You asked what happens when someone wants to leave hospital, but it doesn't. The doctors haven't said yes.
The doctor hasn't said you can go, but you can. Are you like a prison? Is it like a prison for hardcore criminals?
No.
Or is it like an open prison where they're sort of allowed to go off anyway?
You can do what you want. You can self-discharge, basically. Again,
Well, if you're self-discharging, you should probably stay in hospital, I would have thought.
Yeah, but it happens quite often.
Really? How do you know this, Christina?
I'm a nurse.
Ah, so do you get RC patients that say, but I want to go home, and you say, well, yeah, you can, but you're really sick?
It's more people who, it's kind of like what you described that you don't remember in your podcast, where people are kind of basically ready to go home, but they can't be bothered to wait for like a blood test result or to get a few things sorted. But then you also have patients who are very unwell, but they're confused or they're delirious, and then they try and leave, and that's totally different because then they haven't got the capacity to actually make that decision for themselves. But if someone does have the capacity, then you just give them a self-discharge form and they go.
I once was the only time I've been in hospital for an operation. I won't go into the details of it again, but it was on my bum.
Okay. Oh, that's what I used to work in. Bum stuff.
You used to work in bums? Oh, beautiful. Well, I had... I don't want to go into the gory details, but I had little operation on my bottom. And it was supposed to be like day surgery, so you do it in the morning, but they gave me some mega hardcore drugs. And I was out of it, ma'am, and about 3 o'clock in the afternoon, they said, look, if you've got someone here to take you home, if you want, you can go home with them if you feel well enough. And I thought, all right. But I said, let me go to the toilet first. I went to the toilet. Here's the thing. I collapsed in the toilet, right? But I didn't tell them that. And also, there was a lot of bleeding from where they'd... done
the surgery.
Thank you very much indeed.
Yeah.
So obviously, I was not well enough to go home.
Did you not tell them that you were bleeding?
No!
Ian.
I wanted to go home!
But then...
Huh?
You could have gotten much worse at home.
Yep, exactly.
Did you go home?
I did go home, and it was all right. Well, I'm still here, and I still have a beautiful, beautiful bottom, Christina.
I'm glad for you.
It was not perhaps my finest hour.
Okay.
What's the best thing about being a nurse, and what's the worst thing about being a nurse?
The best thing is, I really like my job, and I feel very fulfilled by it most of the time.
Yeah.
The worst thing is, I don't really know. I just suppose you get really tired because it's quite physical.
Yeah.
Or if you get someone who's proper arsey, or if you get someone who kind of throws your work back in your face, but for varying reasons, like if they're confused and you just feel really underappreciated.
Well, most of the nurses that I've had dealings with have been delightful and wonderful and charming and superb. But you do get, as I suppose you get in every job.
Yeah, you get that.
You do get a couple who are really rude, who are really rude, and yeah, they may have had long shifts and it may be having a tough day. But when you're the patient or you're the relative of a patient that's encountering rudeness from nurses, and it's a tiny minority, most of you guys and gals are flipping brilliant. And I don't, I always wonder, Christina, right? Isn't it funny? We've got society wrong, haven't we? In that I'm probably earning a lot more than you are, I would imagine, and all I'm doing is sitting in a dark room for 3 hours talking nonsense. And you get pop stars and football stars that earn millions and millions of pounds, and they're heroes. They're heroes to kids, they're superstars and they're heroes. And I always think we've got it the wrong way round. I don't understand how society is so skewed that, my kids haven't got posters of you up on their walls. Do you know what I mean?
No, I understand what you're saying.
The nurses and the doctors and the, what do we call them now? Firefighters. They're proper heroes. You guys are proper heroes and you get paid like a pittance. And yet you get some 23-year-old idiot who's all right at kicking a ball, gets £500,000 a week, and he's looked up to as something we should all aspire to be.
Yeah. I mean, I think with certain things like your job and artists and things like that, actually, so where I work, we have someone come in and play the harp sometimes.
Oh, really? Oh.
Yeah, I work in a bit fancy hospital. And it's really nice. It's sort of music therapy for the patients. So you see the benefit of those things. And like for people watching films, and they're able to sort of just not be where they are when they're really unwell, try and distract themselves.
I did some for a few years. I volunteered at Great Ormond Street, right, and it was in turns the most inspiring thing in the world and also the most heartbreaking thing in the world. You've seen a kid with cancer, man alive. But they had, and I always missed it, but they had pictures up on the wall. Great Ormond Street, I think saved. I may be exaggerating slightly, but they certainly treated Johnny Depp's daughter.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
And on more than one occasion, Johnny Depp would phone up Great Ormond Street in the morning and say, look, I'm filming, but I'm free all afternoon. Can I pop in dressed up as Jack Sparrow from the Pirates of the Caribbean? Yeah. And he'd just rock up in character, and he'd be there for like 4, 5, 6 hours, just walking through the wards, not breaking character once, but dressed up as Captain Jack Sparrow. Now that is amazing.
Yeah.
You can imagine what a difference that makes. To the kids, also to the parents of the kids that are in there,
and the staff as well, because it will break up their day. It'll be a bit different.
And Beyonce did it a couple of times as well. Just imagine, you're like a little 6, 7, 8-year-old, 12-year-old kid, whatever.
30-year-old woman.
Yeah, well, yes. And then Beyonce walks in. Beyonce walks in and you go, flippin' it's Beyonce. That'd be nuts, wouldn't it?
Oh, go mad.
Oh, well, Christina, you keep on doing what you're doing. I'm
Thank you.
literally saluting you now. Thanks for calling, Christina.
No problem.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye. There we go, you see. That's what it's all about, isn't it? What song's this? Oh, it's Let 'Em In by Paul McCartney and Wings. 0844 499 1000. I don't understand. I genuinely don't understand how we've got it all so skewed that we celebrate Wayne Rooney. I'm trying to think of another football player. Rio Ferdinand? Who are basically stroppy millionaires. Oh, I didn't get picked to play football. There's a cable there, Ed, so if you just whack it there, that'll be lovely. Thank you. I didn't get, if you could retweet the Periscope link as well from there, that'd be awesome. Didn't get picked to play, football. Oh, it's not fair. No, it's not fair. And Wayne Rooney running up to the camera, mouthing off to you remember that? He did it as a World Cup, I think, and he was, F you and all that, right? F United. And, they're our heroes. Those are not my kids' heroes. I'm really hoping that they don't get the football bug because football is not a thing in our house. So I'm hoping that they'll be disappointed though because all the bands that I'm forcing them to like in about 5 years' time, everybody will be dead. Everybody will be dead in the band. There's a thought. Literally every band I like in 5 years' time, I'll save a fortune on concert tickets, won't I? I won't have to pay premium prices to go and see these people anymore because I picked all the old people. Good evening, dear listener. This is Iain Lee. This is Talk Radio, and we're off to a flying start. We have no other calls lined up. That's fine. Katherine, why don't you come and join me in the studio? If you want to take part, you can. There's no agenda. There's literally no agenda. Christina was calling in about something we talked about on Thursday. And you can do that if you're listening to the podcasts and you're a bit behind. You can call in at any time. So if you're hearing this on a podcast, you can call in about this. And it's unlike any other late-night phoning show in that I'm not going to sit here and talk to you about tell you what you should be calling in about. I'm going to sit here, I'm going to talk about my day. I'm going to look at some bits and pieces in the newspapers. You can call in about those, or you can call in about anything else you want. It really is that simple. 0844 499 1000 is the telephone number. We call you back. This is Talk Radio.
Late night, Iain Lee on Talk Radio. We'll get you talking.
0844 499 1000 is the phone number. Let's rattle through these calls, shall we? Yes, David!
Hello, hip, hip, hip.
Hip, hip.
Steady.
You all right?
I'm all right, thank you. I'm having what I believe they used to call... Is it offensive to call it a thrombo?
I think it probably is, isn't it?
You can say that, can't you?
You can say thrombo.
Some of the other diseases you can't... you can't reduce to schoolyard slang because that would be offensive. David, you're live on Talk Radio. We are blessed as just a few hours ago, James Wales, big arse, was sat in this chair that I am sat in, and I can feel some of his good vibes rubbing off on me.
That's not vibes.
Has he got a show there now?
Well, I mean, he's been filling in. He's filling in for Sam Delaney, I think, today, tomorrow, and probably Thursday, which is between 4 and 7. And you know what? Listen, I don't know. I've had no inside goss. He'll be back permanently. Come on. I mean, there's only so long you can... a talented broadcaster like Whale can let the BBC suck his soul from him.
I had a word with the boss today.
Oh, yeah? What about? Oh.
Stuff.
Oh, that's exciting. About us moving to a different place?
No.
To a different me and you moving to a different radio station?
No, not yet.
Because it's not working here. Is that what he said? Oh, great. Great news.
Not yet.
Right, well, if James Wales is there, Rob Bonet, you know what to do. I've got a couple of things to talk to you about.
Oh, hang on a second. I've just worked out who this is.
Oh, yeah.
Hello?
Yeah.
It's your best mate.
It's not my best mate. This is Elmo, right? This is Elmo who trolls me.
Doesn't sound like Elmo.
No, he trolls me online. And he is a cyberbully.
Oh.
Yep.
He is bad news.
Mm-hmm.
And pretty sexy.
He is, fair play, I'm going to give him that. He is pretty sexy, actually, yes.
Handle, please, so I can research that.
I'll sort you out later, Casper, right? Listen, I've got a couple of things for you.
Kath is more woman than you could ever handle, Elmo.
No doubt. Firstly, I was
Yes.
listening to my iPod on the way home from work today.
That's a great thing to call in about.
Yeah, I know. And Titty Man come on, and I just want to say that is genuinely a brilliant song. Get that downloaded if you haven't already. Brilliant.
I just got the Titty Man, of course, recorded by myself and Barry from Watford, remixed by the DC DJ.
Also known as Pretty Man in my house, because the kids heard it.
Good. My children don't, like Frank Sidebottom, my family don't know I have a career as a pop star. You can buy it on iTunes along with Lindsay Lohan and Miley Styley. I got the figures in, David, from the first 2 weeks of sales. Got those figures in today.
Yeah, top of the charts.
Well, I have made a cool €35,000. Now, it's in euros. I mean, what's that in pounds? It's about just under 30 grand, I think. I am rolling in the deep. This is awesomeness.
What did you make from the song on iTunes, though? Little gag. Right, listen.
Out this big.
I was listening. I've just been catching up with the podcast and stuff,
Yes,
and I
mate.
heard you talking about a gaming event, and I just assumed that. I mean, I checked my spam folder. I didn't see an email about it.
I said a gaming event, not a gay man event.
Oh, that's very witty, isn't it?
Thank you.
You're
Bit
very witty
90s,
guy.
bit 90s. That.
Are you suggesting he's a homosexual and there's
No,
something
mate.
wrong with that?
No, there's nothing wrong with it at all.
Or
In
funny?
fact, I'm tempted to give it a go.
Right, listen, I've got a venue. Genuinely, I've
Yes.
got a venue if you need it.
Okay.
Right, let me know. I've also got an idea.
Okay, let's. Well, where is this venue?
Oh, it's North London.
I know it.
Is it your house?
No, no, I'm a South.
Just checking.
What's your idea? Because we were the other last week. John called in, and we kicked around the idea of possibly hosting a gaming event. We've got film ring, we've got performance ring,
Play ring.
We've got play ring.
That's what it would be.
We did kick one around called child ring, but for some reason no one really went for that. But we are talking about doing this as a bit like a creche. We'd have creche facilities for kids. That's all. But we're talking about having a video gaming event, and David is Britain's premier video gamer. He used to do a gaming podcast.
Did you?
But then he got the sack from it. Imagine getting the sack from a gaming podcast that you don't even get paid for.
What for? Was it for button bashing?
It was for all of that. But no, I still do a gaming podcast, so you've been fed some incorrect information.
What's the name of your gaming podcast, David?
The Computer Game Show.
Jeez.
2 days it come up. It took us to come up with that.
I'm gonna do a computer gaming podcast called. Thank you, Catherine. Called the Button Bashers.
I'm sure that'll be very successful.
But I'm going to do it just to obliterate you, and then when yours closes down, the computer game podcast, when it closes down, I'm just going to stop doing mine. I'm just going to do it just to get yours closed down. Then I'm going to stop.
Mate, please don't do that.
Okay, I won't. What's the idea, David? Because Craig,
gaming assault course. So you've got to move from one game to the next as quick as you can. So you beat the first level of the first Mario or whatever. Then you pick. You've got to score a goal against Port Vale or something on FIFA, and then you've got to move through about 6 or 7 games. And by the end, we time it. And when you've done the last one, boom, and then it goes up. You've seen Top Gear where they put the names up and that. We'll do all that.
yeah, I'm probably going to. I think we should probably do something fun.
Yeah.
0844 499 1000. A little bit of 90s, a little bit of offensive 90s humour in that. Cool. It's what you get away with it now by calling it banter.
Well,
banter by being homophobic and racist. It's just banter. It's just banter. That's all it is.
I called it out, therefore virtue signalling. So,
Yep.
I mean, we're very with the zeitgeist.
I'm man-spreading at the moment.
Are you?
Yeah, I am. Craig!
Hi, Ian. How
Hello.
are you?
I'm really hot, Craig, but I've worn a thick top in the studio. Schoolboy error on my part there, and I can only apologise. But
I'm quite out of breath because someone made me run for the phone.
Yep.
I've still got my windows open.
You what?
I've still got my windows open this time of year.
Well, you could get robbed, Craig. You want to be careful.
Yeah, upstairs windows, but yeah, you're still right.
You want to be careful. Well, you get tall thieves and
Ladders.
ladder thieves.
Stilts.
Yep.
Yeah, maybe I'll close them when I'm out.
How do they get up on the stilts?
Sitting down.
But then if they're really long ones, because we've all done the short stilts, and we've all done the big baked bean tins with bits of string on them, the stilts, right? But if it's the long stilts, you're about 7 foot in the air.
Yeah.
How do you can't from
On
sitting
stairs, I'd imagine.
on the stairs. But how would you get out of the house? You could only... You're saying... Hang on, that's nonsense. Because then you could only perform your stilt act at venues that had stairs.
I don't imagine you'd wear them down the street to the job.
A tall mate could give you a bunk up, I suppose.
Step ladder.
Yeah, step ladder could be it. But some of them are wearing trousers
Yeah.
that are as long as their stilts.
Trousers.
Trousers, yeah. What?
Trousers?
Some of them are wearing trousers that are as long as their stilts.
You're secretly really common, aren't you?
Yes, no
Gosh.
secret about it.
Why is it a pair of trousers? Does anyone know?
Because you get one two trousers.
Yeah.
Pair of pants?
Just pants, mate.
That don't make sense.
It does, no, there is a reason why it's a pair of trousers. Well, it's the legs. It's a pair of trousers. What do you mean? It's obvious, there's a pair.
Yeah, but it's a pair of socks, yeah.
Yeah, but the pair of legs, it's a pair of legs. You're saying you've only got a leg. Well, you've got two legs, a pair of legs.
Yeah.
They're joined by your
two separate
perineum.
things. That's two separate things, though,
No,
mate.
they're not. Unless you know, like you're like a war veteran or something. No, they're not separate things. They're connected. It's all connected to the one.
Okay.
God, I'm getting angry with everyone tonight.
My brother-in-law wears stilts almost every day. I wonder if you can wonder why.
Why does he wear stilts?
He's a plasterer.
Why does he wear stilts?
They wear him to do the ceiling.
Oh, for crying out loud!
Fact.
Really?
Yeah.
That makes me so angry.
And high up things.
But you can't stand still in stilts, so he has to keep moving.
He can. No, he can.
You can't. It's
very
like a
skilled.
shark. You can't. Why does a shark die if it stops swimming? What if it gets really tired? Does it slip? Does it go on autopilot when it's asleep? These are genuine questions. I'm not,
So
being
any
an
sharks
idiot.
listening, can you give us a call?
I think that's been disproved now. I think they can sleep still.
Well, then that phrase about "I'm like a shark, I have to keep moving" that is pointless.
Only knobheads say that anyway.
Well, I said
don't
it.
They? Yeah.
0844 499 1000. Shark enthusiasts, stilt men and women, and plasterers all welcome to contribute in the last 3 minutes of the call. Craig, let's go to Craig. Hi, Craig.
Hi, Ian. Hi, Kath.
Hip, 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 Craig. What have you got for us?
Well, because you said you could call up about anything from ages ago.
Yes.
Do you remember when you were on about milking dogs?
Yes, I do. Do remember it? Yeah, of course.
Well, you went into the conversation about cows then.
Yeah.
And I think there was something about before pasteurisation. How did you get milk? But there was a documentary.
Hang on a minute. You've called in. You've called in about the old topic. Now, remember, I don't know what happened on yesterday's show, so I'm not going to remember I remember the generalisation about milking dogs. I don't remember about talking about pasteurised cow's milk and stuff.
It was basically about being in the middle of London. How are you going to get fresh milk if before pasteurisation?
They'd have had cows. It wouldn't have been this built up, would it?
Yeah, but there was a programme, a documentary on that week about it, and they answered the question.
Go on.
Before pasteurisation in the trains, people used to keep cows in their yards or cellars. So there was like 38,000 domesticated cows in like houses in London.
In the cellar.
Yeah.
You know the thing about cows is you can get them down the stairs but not up.
Well, I suppose they ate them then.
No, you can get them up the stairs. You can't get them
Oh,
down.
right, so you can get busted.
It's the way the knees are. Why now you're doing 90s gags? Flippin' heck. Hey, Craig, have you been watching that National Treasure? Not the one with Nicolas Cage, guys. Come on, play fair.
No, I haven't. It's not my bag.
It's not your bag. I don't. Here's the thing. I'm going to say this, and it's controversial. I don't think it's very good. I think it looks good. You know, they've used an expensive filter on their camera, but when he was chasing his ghostly younger self, I said to Kath, "This is beep," and I walked off. I thought, I'm not watching this anymore. I don't think it's very good. I think the acting is terrible.
I like Julie Walters, though.
I always liked Julie Walters. I used to have a mad crush on her in the 80s. But I think the acting is terrible. I think it's the dialogue is obvious. I think the characters are not believable. You know, this is a brilliant story in the zeitgeist at the moment, and Channel 4 have muffed it up. It's a stinker, I think, and everyone's going, it's brilliant. It's so brilliant. No, you're saying it's brilliant because you're
because it's got brilliant people in it.
Yeah, and you think it's brilliant. Emperor's New Clothes, guys. The Emperor is naked and having a shower.
I don't think it stinks, but it's just not as good as you would
I
hope
think
it
it's
would be.
terrible. I think it's a terrible programme. Absolutely terrible. Well, I hope that clears things up for you, Craig.
Marvellous.
Thank you very much indeed. That's another satisfied customer there. Excellent time to end that. 0844 499 1000. I'm Iain Lee. This is Talk Radio.
Late night, Iain Lee on Talk Radio.
We have ways of making you talk.
We're trying to... I've just realised we are trying to make... I tell you what we're going to do. What day is it today?
Tuesday.
Oh, by the way, excellent guests coming up. We've got Melanie, we've got Susie Quattro, and we've got Luke Haynes coming up. I've got to bring in those Luke Haynes books so you can read them.
I sent an email today for someone who I don't know whether you want to interview.
Oh.
You probably want to perv on her.
Oh.
But if you don't, I will, if she says yes.
Yes. Who?
Linda Carter, Wonder Woman.
Oh, you can do that one.
I love her.
Yeah, you do that one then. All right. Well,
if she says yes, which she
and
won't.
Katherine Boyle is going to be interviewing the Wonder Woman.
Oh, it'll be so good. Apparently she sings.
Oh, does she?
Yeah.
That'll be good.
It will be good, but it won't
Why
happen.
do gay men like Wonder Woman so much? It's a gay thing, isn't it?
Because it's camp as, isn't it?
I don't really remember the programme.
Right, okay, well, let's look at the outfit to start with.
Yep.
The outfit, tiny, well, actually quite big granny shorts, but high cut.
Yeah.
And a boob tube that would, she'd never get any work done in that outfit.
She was from the Amazon, was she?
She was an Amazonian princess, yeah.
Right.
So she
doesn't look Amazonian.
Well, she is, because she can, lift men up and that. She's really, really strong.
But has she got magic powers?
No, well, because she's kind of half a goddess. She can do... she's, super, super strong.
And she has a lasso of truth.
The lasso of truth. She's got bulletproof bangles.
And her car's invisible.
Plane.
But you can still see her.
Yeah.
That's weird.
And you can kind of see the plane as well. It's like a... it was like a Perspex thing, wasn't it?
I don't know. I don't remember
Yeah, and
it.
she rescues this pilot. It's sort of set during the World War II, and she rescues this pilot from the island. And that's why she ends up going to America. And then she stays there. She works undercover for the on the US
Is it
Air
not set in
Base.
the 70s?
No.
Oh.
But I don't know whether they worked it so it went further on in time in the series.
Well, you could ask her. First question, did they work it so it went further on in time in the series?
I can find out, because I've got the box set at home.
I bet you
But I never watched
more
it.
than two. Yeah,
no,
of course.
do you know why? My sister bought it for me. It's a little bit pony.
So, well, hang on a minute. So you're getting someone on for... This is the thing with all of these box sets.
I wish I hadn't watched it because I remembered it better.
Yeah, most TV series... 0844 499 1000, by the way. Most TV series... Are you boiling hot in here?
No, I'm always freezing in here.
Oh, it's hot as... Most TV series, when you go back to them, are rubbish and ropey. Particularly if you watch them as a kid. I'm trying to think something. The Monkeys stand the test of time because it was shot on film. Doctor Who's fun but ropey. Monty Python is fun but ropey. The TV series, very ropey. Quite racist as well, some of the Monty Python.
Well, different time, wasn't it?
I know, but you think of the Monty Python people as, being
clever,
very left. Well, there's a character in there. I'm going to say the character's name. I'm going to dump it. It's dump that.
Well, I'm glad you dumped that.
Oh dear, Mrs. Bater's just exploded. Weird, isn't it? And I remember watching one where I think Terry Jones is a very Chinese man. I'm a Chinese man.
Well. Look at Mickey Rooney in Breakfast at Tiffany's. He spoilt that film for me.
Never seen it.
Oh.
Sean Connery, Japanned up in Dr. No, I think, one of those early Bond films. He undergoes surgery to look a bit Japanesey.
Yeah, I don't know, does he really?
Can they not? You know the fella in Coronation Street, the Pakistani fella that's slagged off the Indians, right? Can they not just do what ITV used to do in the 70s and get a white actor to black up? Can they not do that? In the 70s, Spike Milligan did it in a TV series called Curry and Chips. Spike Milligan blacked up with Eric Sykes. Beautiful. And but can they not do that? Wouldn't it be funny though if Coronation Street did it? They actually did it. They got someone blacked up to replace the racist Pakistani actor.
Gosh.
Wouldn't that be something?
I mean, that would serve him right. That'd be sort of double racist. But I think the rest of us would complain, wouldn't we?
Well, there would be uproar from the politically correct Corbynistas.
Or the correct.
Well, in your opinion, I don't have a problem with a white man blacking up to play to replace a disgraced Pakistani actor.
Don't you?
No.
Gosh.
Would you not remember when Anton Deck blacked up?
No.
You know, Anton Deck used to go and they used to go and annoy people.
Mm.
And they did this sketch where they were two extras in Emmerdale Farm.
Right.
But they were fat, black women.
Oh.
And they were at the bar.
That's double offensive.
They were constantly talking, and I don't think it was in the times of Amos Brearley, but they were, it was way after Amos Brearley, Mr. Wilkes. Mr. Wilkes.
Oh, that was my childhood, that lot.
They were good.
And Seth.
Yeah, I used to have a Seth badge. Ant and Deck.
Did you?
Yeah, I did have a Seth badge. Ant and Deck, Emmerdale. Let's see if we can... Ant and Deck go undercover on Emmerdale. Here we go.
Meanwhile, look at this picture of Wonder Woman. Fighting a giant gorilla, which is clearly a man in a gorilla suit having a feel.
There always used to be, in the 70s, there were films about gorillas that had learnt sign language.
Yeah.
So can you actually... Here we go, look!
Cool. The producer and the director of Emmerdale, they were the only two people that knew we were going to do it. Much to the amusement of the other extras, who are professional extras, and they go in there, most weeks, and they get paid for it, so they're used to sitting around and doing one scene in the Woolpack and then not doing the other scene, and they obviously get to know each other, and we were kept away from them so they wouldn't talk. And then they'd shot the beginning of the scene, and then they went, OK, we're getting the other extras in, and all these extras were like, what other extras? We are the extras of Emmerdale. And then these two large Jamaican ladies walked in. I think they guessed there was something up.
When's this, like 2000?
Here we go.
Let me know if you need another look around.
There we are.
No, I've seen enough, thanks. What's this? Small job just at the home farm. Oh, much timber involved, is there?
There we go.
I haven't seen Terry this happy for ages.
It's like Bo Selector.
Not taking any wedding plans, I take it. No, he's big enough to...
I thought you'd be pleased he's moved on.
Yeah, well, is that why he made a pass at me before he went away? I'm sorry.
They're playing large black women. So they don't... Now, Anton Deck... I just found it on YouTube. It really is worth going to have a look at if you're bored of this rubbish. Ant and Dec...
What, YouTube?
Yes. Ant and Dec are, I think, the moral standard for this country. Okay, they are the moral standard. Good mates,
no
good buddies.
Lads.
Never done anything separately. Good, clean living guys. They like a beer. Happily married. I don't know if they are. So for them to if they can black up, if Ant and Dec can black up, then what's to stop us?
That's olden days, though, because the bloke in that was still, with a flat cap, was still alive and he's dead in it now.
Well, it's not olden days.
It's olden days, Emmerdale.
It's this century.
Wow.
It's this flipping...
Is it? What year was it?
It was like, 2002,
I'd say, maximum.
I don't know, 2004.
Blimey.
Yeah. Funny, isn't it?
They'd never get away with that now.
I think they would.
Nah, they wouldn't.
Well, I remember when it went out going, flip, So it was, but the thing is, I don't think there's a problem with blacking up.
It's the intent, isn't it?
Exactly.
Yeah, but so that is obviously because it's as far removed from themselves as they can get.
Yeah.
But if you've got... Going back to what started this train of thought.
I don't really remember what started it.
It was let's replace the guy who's
been
dumped for racism with...
Oh, well, the intent there is to teach him a lesson.
Right, okay.
And to teach all racists a lesson, that all racists are replaceable.
By doing something racist, does that make it...
What have the Coronation Street crew done racist?
Well, because if you use a white actor to play.
Hang on a minute. They've got two white actors playing the only black characters in Emmerdale, Ant and Dec.
Oh no, but that's not.
They're
That's
the
a joke.
only black characters in Emmerdale.
That's a joke.
They've got. Oh, so it's a joke.
No, but what I'm saying is,
I don't think racism is very funny.
No, I don't either. But that's a joke. I mean, they've got big rubber bow selector faces. They're clearly not real people.
Oh,
but if
black
you've got
people are real people, Catherine. They've got feelings. Some of my friends know black people.
But if you get. Oh, God. If you get a white man to do a black man's job, it's racist, isn't it?
If you get a white man to do a black man... What's a black man's job?
If you're an actor...
What's a black man's job? I'm going to help you out here, Kath. I think we should probably take a break. 0844 499 1000. You're listening to Talk Racist.
The wild man of late night radio is back.
Iain Lee on Talk Radio.
We have ways of making you talk.
0844 499 1000 is the telephone number. Rory's on the line. Evening, Rory.
Hi, Ian. How are you doing?
I'm very well, thank you, Rory. How are you this evening?
Yeah, good. I watched National Treasure, and then I turned you on. And,
Can I just say, for people, I've got people that follow me on Twitter, and so we're not talking about the movie starring Nicolas Cage. We're talking about the television series starring Robbie Coltrane as a sex. He's a sex offender. He's
accused.
I don't know if we're going to find that out, or is he? Do you think?
Oh, he's guilty. He's guilty, isn't he? That's obvious, isn't it? I tell you what's obvious, because there was a bit when they were going through the evidence, and she went, "Oh, I was away that weekend," and he did the guilty face. He did the busted face. I know I've made the busted face. He did the busted face. And I thought, oh, right, so he's guilty. I just thought it was. I thought it was pony tonight.
Oh no, I was just wondering. You seem quite vitriolic about your hatred of it, and I wondered if maybe you had gone up for the part of his younger self,
or if I'm a sex offender. I am quite vitriolic, and I'm really trying to make this show celebratory. And I think we're going to do next week. Remind me of this, Kath. Next week, we're not going to allow any negativity on the show for the whole week.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I think we're going to have a go at it. And see if we can do it, because wouldn't it be unusual on radio?
Yeah.
We're pretty close to it. I mean, tonight, we're giving National Treasure a kicking, but generally, we're pretty close to it being a celebration, and I think we can do it. I think it would be unique on radio. No, I just had high hopes for it, Rory, and I don't watch TV much anymore. I watch it very, very rarely, and seeing these first two episodes, it's kind of made me realise why I don't watch TV, because most of it isn't very good. I don't think television, as Noel Coward said, television is for appearing on, not for watching.
Wow.
And I think it's right. I don't think much of it is very good.
Are you enjoying it, Rory?
Yeah, no, I think it's good. It's trying to be slightly surreal and different with different sequences and visual weirdness towards the end and stuff. But no, I think it's good. I think the woman is good. Julie Walters is in everything, though. I wonder, does she have a contract with Channel 4 that she has to be in everything?
I can watch. I love Julie Walters, and I have a very soft spot in my heart for Julie Walters, because I did have a crush on her in the 80s. I thought she was smoking in Educating Rita, and anybody that's played Mrs. Overall is I think she's brilliant. So I could watch her incessantly. I've never been a massive Coltrane fan. Never watched Cracker. But I think he's good. But I think even he's struggling in this. I don't know. There's something about it that's just not particularly convincing, and we all know, he's obviously abused his daughter when she was younger. That's why
No, he hasn't. There's no obviously about it.
Sorry?
You're spoiling this for Rory.
Well, no, but Rory, you hang on a minute, you think he's innocent?
No, I think they're deliberately treading a very fine line between making the viewer think, oh, is he innocent, or did he have inclinations, and did he not act on the inclinations, and maybe his friends are guilty. Maybe I think actually the Julie Walters character came across as more sort of a bit more evil than he did with
because she turns a blind eye to his sexual abuse.
Well, and she sort of told her daughter to control herself. That was the moment I got told to... I got laughed at because I was watching it and I went... You know that bit in the bedroom where she's saying you stop doing this and you go downstairs and, support your father, and I said, that is why she's the way she is. She's been told to suck
exactly.
it up.
That's what I thought too. I thought that's what she's controlling.
I think, with Rory, that you and I are watching a different programme because everything...
I often get accused, though, of not getting things.
Well, there you go. Everything to me is completely signposted. Here's my predictions, Rory. He's guilty. Julie Walters didn't know all of it, but she certainly knew some of it was going on, and he abused his daughter.
Right.
That'd be too obvious, wouldn't it?
Wouldn't it? Well, yeah.
I don't know.
Well, how much? There's only 2 more episodes to go, I think. Aren't there?
Okay.
I think so. We'll speak in. Well, we can speak before then, of course, but we'll speak in 2 weeks, definitely. And if I'm wrong, then I'll happily try and dodge my way out of that.
Okay.
I tell you what, I am loving without reservation, and I don't watch television very much either. Cold Feet. I was worried. I was worried about the return of Cold Feet, but I flipping love those guys. I do. I don't care who knows it.
It's Cold Feet time
it's so
again.
funny. I just love them. I just love them. Even that Wally, David.
Rory, thank you for that. Rory getting quite defensive of National Treasure there. It seems obvious.
He's enjoying it. Why'd you have to ruin it for him?
Well, I'm not ruining it
you
for
are,
him.
you just...
I'm pointing out where the story is obviously going.
He's enjoying it, leaving.
No, he can enjoy it. He's welcome to enjoy it. I'm glad he's enjoying it, but it's signposted all along the way.
I think that's a trick.
Oh, I think there's going to be an old double bluff? No.
Yeah.
Well, we'll see. I mean, we'll watch the rest of it because it gives us an excuse to turn the TV up loud and annoy the sport billies. Can you turn that down? Sorry, guys, we'll be talking about it on the show tonight.
Can't you hear you shouting football match?
Can you not hear each other swear? Because that's all they do in there, the sport billy types. All swearing. 0844. Sorry?
Nothing, just made me chuckle. It doesn't happen a lot, but
44.
That's what it sounds like.
499 1000 is the telephone number if you want to give us a call. It's a phone-in show, unlike any other phone-in show, in that you can call in about anything you want. Let me give you two other ways that you can listen to this. Oh, have you downloaded? Didn't do this last week. Have you downloaded the smart telephone application? Which is one of the ways I listen to talk radio. You download, you go to the Apple store or the Android store. I don't really know how it works on other phones. If you type in talk radio, and there's a few things pop up, but it's the black and red logo. So it's a black background and a red, like a microphone. I don't know, or white, red or white, black or.
It looks like a microphone or an acorn.
It says talk radio. And you can listen to the show on the phone, or you could retune your DAB. Angelos, how do you listen to the show?
Hi.
How do you listen to the show and to talk radio?
I've never listened to this show. I watch the telly.
Right. Do you listen to any of the talk radio shows?
No.
No?
No.
No. But yet you constantly call in.
Yeah. That's because I'm watching the telly.
What are you watching on the telly?
I phoned up to talk about the telly.
Sorry?
I phoned up to talk about it.
Okay, your phone's breaking up, so
Oh, God's sake! I live down the well. I phoned up to talk about the telly.
Okay. Let's away you go.
Let's talk about the telly.
Let's please.
Okay. What shows do you like?
What shows do you like, Ian?
Well, you've called up to talk about the telly, Angelos. So why don't you?
I know.
So why don't you tell us what shows you like?
I like Storage Wars, and I like Eggheads, and I like Pointless.
So intellectual.
The Apprentice, I like that as well.
Intellectual stuff.
Yes.
You know, I won Pointless recently. Me and Keith Chegwin.
Okay, I'm on Pointless.
But, being in the audience doesn't count as being on Pointless.
No, I was on it. I done it.
When did you do that?
About 2 months ago, I done it.
Has it been on TV yet?
No, not yet. No.
Huh? And how far did you get?
I got right to the end.
And who were you on there with?
Debbie McGee. Because I heard you talking about that thing on Channel 4, that National Treasure thing.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I heard you talking about that.
Yes.
And I thought I'd ring in and talk about the telly.
Yeah.
Because I watch quite a lot of telly.
Oh, well, we've got someone...
you talked about National Treasure, I thought I'd ring in and talk about the telly as well.
Why don't you say hello to Philip from South Norwood?
Hello, Philip.
Good evening. How are you?
How are you?
Very well indeed. I get you phoned in about television. Really interested. Just before we continue our conversation, Iain, you mentioned Julie Walters. Well, I don't know if you ever saw it. There was a film she made called She'll Be Wearing Pink Pyjamas. Have you ever seen Julie Walters in that, Iain? Or the person I'm talking to. I don't know your name. I do apologise.
My name?
Yes.
Angelos.
Angelos. Yes, Angelos. Have you ever seen the film with Julie Walters in? Iain was talking about Julie Walters, a film.
Julie Walters, yes.
Have you seen that film?
She'll be wearing pink pyjamas?
Yes. It's about a group of women.
I don't. No, okay, go on.
It's about a group of women who go to an outward bound school. Very good film indeed. Now,
What's an outward bound school?
I beg your pardon?
What's an outward bound school?
He goes to an outward bound school, correct. And with her.
What is an outward bound school?
An outward bound school, that is a school where they do things. They go out into the woods and...
okay.
Yeah, it's a really good film. Now, the reason
and then what happens?
The reason I rang it, Andrews, was that Iain was talking about box sets.
Yes.
Now, I'm halfway through a box set from a TV series from 1976 that...
I know the one.
What was it called?
The Minder.
No. It was an Australian series that was shown...
The Sullivans.
No. Oh, it's a great series. No, this series...
Great series.
This series was only shown in the north of England. It was shown on Granada. So the people, all the listeners in the Granada area will know this series. It was called Bluey.
Yes, of course.
Did you ever see Bluey when it was shown in the north of England?
No.
No. Well, Bluey...
I heard all about it, though, off the internet.
Yeah, it's a very, very good series. It's a story about a police officer in Melbourne.
Yeah, and he goes after people watch Blueies, isn't it?
That is his name. No, he doesn't go after people that are blue. No, what he does, that's his name.
No, I just thought he went after people watch blue films, you know?
No. That was some other series that I haven't heard of that one, no. But this is a series, and it's just been released on a box set. In those days, there was a lot of controversy.
How many did they make of Bluey?
39.
How many?
39 episodes.
God, it must have gone on for ages.
No, it was only on for one series because this was Australia, and they tended...
they got nothing else.
Well, in America, I mean, on occasion, some of the series went to 26 episodes, and what they would do, they'd show...
24 goes to 26 episodes.
Or 24, 26, 25, and then when they've shown them, they would repeat them in the summer period as reruns.
Like Hill Street Blues.
Hill Street Blues, of course, yes, with Dennis Farand. That was a very, very good...
And that's also got Blue in the title, which is like Bluey from Australia.
Yeah, well, that's true. I mean, there was another
thing about Hill Street Blues is that it wasn't just shown in the North England, it was shown all over
it wasn't shown in the London area. Bluey was never shown in the London area.
No, but Hill Street Blues was, and that's the point that I'm making, Patrick.
Hill Street Blues was shown all over the country because that was on ITV network.
Yes, exactly. So that was on a national network television. Do you watch Storage Wars?
I tell you what, the one I like is Baggage Battles.
Yes, I love Baggage Battles. Is that to do with, like, baggage and where they battle each other?
That's right. Funny enough, about a couple of months ago, I met one of the people that takes part in that programme. You know
what were they like?
You know the English couple that live in America?
Yes, I do.
I met the guy. And we had a long chat, and we were talking about the things he'd found, and a really interesting couple to talk to.
Yeah. What is the weirdest thing he'd found in there?
I think he said it wasn't weird what he found. It was just the most interesting, and probably it was a parchment, a big that had a historical significance.
I thought you were going to say sex toy.
It was a historical parchment that he found.
No, okay.
And and that was it. So,
anyway, what did he do with it?
To what we're talking to, can I? I don't know if Ian's got my email, but the film that he likes is going to be shown on Friday week, Saturday morning. Multiplicity with Michael Keaton.
Yeah,
I know you're listening, Ian. So I know you're.
I like that film. Yeah. And what do you like watching then? What do you like watching then?
Oh, me? What
you? Yeah.
Well, as I say, I tend to be pretty selective these days,
Right.
If I see something, I think, I'd like to watch that, and...
yeah.
But, I mean...
like the news, or Eggheads.
Yes. I mean, there's such a wide range of, you've got the American news, the English news, if you've got satellite cable or...
You've got catchphrase.
No, I've never been one for catchphrase. I don't know why, just... It doesn't.
He's never grabbed you. Never grabbed you. What about Wogan? Wogan in its heyday was right up there, wasn't it?
He was indeed. He was a genius for broadcasting.
He was a genius.
Yes, he was
a genius.
Yes.
Across the UK, online and on DAB.
A radio star is born.
You're going to love
Talk Radio. Talk Radio.
Well, that was, as first hours go, that wasn't bad. Where do we take it for the second hour? Entirely up to you, dear listener. It's a clean canvas. 0844 499 1000 is the telephone number. Give us a call now. We'll call you back. I'm Iain Lee. This is Talk Radio.
Late night, Iain Lee on Talk Radio.
We have ways of making you talk.
Yesterday was kind of like the 4th of July. The way your face lit up the entire sky. Had to look away because it hurt my eyes. The way you hit me was a big surprise. Yesterday I really didn't know what to say. I wasn't making any sense, but I felt okay. Asked you if it was my birthday. This kind of thing don't happen every day. I didn't think an angel would get in my way. I didn't think an angel would get in my way. Yesterday I felt just like a child, a little curious, a little wild, live in the moment and you'll never go out of style. You know it's really been a while. I didn't think an angel would get in my way. Let me tell you, excuse me, won't you step aside? I don't got no room for you in my life. I don't got the patience to love again. I don't got the guts to keep you as a friend. Be an angel to fly away. I hope you reach some heavenly place. You come back when you're older. Bring me some raindrops from the Today I feel like I'm doing time. I didn't think it would be such a shameful crime. It's been a while since I let you go. Time don't let regrets go. I didn't think an angel
So this is how thick Talk Sport listeners are. We keep getting messages on my screen for Talk Sport. Someone has emailed Talk Sport, but by going to the Talk Radio website.
Guys!
And so, firstly, this is from Jason Togwell. Man alive, what a prune. Firstly, what other country sets up their national manager? When are we going to learn to support our national team? Secondly, it is not a catastrophe as no one has died. It's human nature that we all want to make more money. All he's done is have a private conversation that an outrageous national paper has broadcast and set up. You all need to get a life. He's not abused his position. On and on it goes. You're listening, dude. Well, he won't even hear this. He's listening to one station. He's emailing another. He's now at home getting angry because Cundy and Goldstein aren't reading out the illiterate fool's email. What the hell is wrong with these sports people?
But also, it's one of those text messages that's it's all about a fuss about nothing. Yeah, but you're texting about it, so stop fueling it.
I do. 0844 499 1000, by the way. This is Iain Lee. Katherine Boyle is there. Ed is through the glass, the haze of grass smoke. You can call in about literally anything you want. And I know some of you find this a really hard concept to grasp, right? But you can call in about anything you want. There is no limit.
Some find it a really hard concept. Others don't find it hard enough.
No,
frankly.
We need to flag up when Angelos calls in so I can nip out for 20 minutes. But literally, and some people, I still get messages saying, well, you need to set topics. You need to tell us what to talk about. Well,
you get that everywhere.
I think that loses... We wouldn't have had that last hour if we'd have done a topic about Sam. This hour is Sam Allardyce, or this hour is...
Also, you're not interested in Sam Allardyce, so...
Well,
Or are you?
I've listened to a lot about this, right? Part of the fuss is that... I can't see what the major fuss is. So he was offered 400 grand to go and give 4 talks, right, in Saudi Arabia, right, 100 grand each. That's fine.
Yeah.
England manager's not busy all the time. He does 3 matches a year, so that's all right. He talks about a way of being a bit bent about buying players. Okay,
he was giving him tips on getting around rules.
I don't understand the technicalities of that. Okay, that's a little bit naughty. But the other thing that the papers picked up on, the big news thing was he called him Roy. He called him Roy Hodgson. Well, I don't know anything about football. I've impersonated Roy Hodgson. I'm Roy Hodgson. Everybody, I don't even know anything about... Everybody has done a Roy Hodgson impression. Why is that?
I haven't.
Oh, come on.
I haven't.
Do it.
No.
Do it.
No.
I'm Roy Hodgson. My name is Roy Hodgson. Oh, you've done Jonathan Ross.
I haven't.
You have.
That's just a rumour.
And they're making this in this big thing. Oh, he called him Roy. Well, that's all he said about him. He called him Roy. So what? That's how Roy. That is just like me saying Newcastle. I'm saying it in the way they say it. It's respectful.
You do my voice all the time.
I know I do, our kid. It is respectful to... It's more respectful to call him Roy than it is to call him Roy. Or Roy. I mean, that's the ultimate slapping. If he'd have gone Roy Hodgson, then yes, there's a story. But just calling him Roy, I mean, flipping heck. And that's the big thing they've gone on.
So you think he should be reinstated?
Sorry? 0844 499 1000. I don't care about it, but it really seemed to me that everyone was getting their football shorts in a twist about... I mean, all right, it's a little bit slimy, but... So what? Football's slimy. Football's full of slimy, self-serving egotists that want to make more money. You know, flipping heck. I listened... 0844 499 1000, by the way. We call you back. I found myself listening to some of the debate.
Yes, so did I.
I tweeted
he
Donald
went
Trump.
straight in there with blaming the Mexicans, didn't he?
I tweeted Donald Trump because I wanted him to follow me so I could DM him, but I guess
busy,
he's
wasn't
busy. I didn't hear that bit.
That was right at the beginning.
Really?
Yeah, he came out punching. There was a lot of rambling, wasn't there?
It was just him
sniffing.
It was him sniffing. and filling. Howard Kalin suggested he may, from the lead singer from the Turtles, suggested he may have had a bump or two. I'm sure that's not true.
He's not the only one suggested that.
But it's just, I did find it.
What was he going on about the cybers? Did you hear that?
I didn't hear that
He was
bit.
talking about cyber security.
Oh, yeah.
And he was kind of, and he just kept referring to the cyber is, really complicated, and you've got to be careful of the cyber. Like that was a thing.
He's going to be president of the United
Oh.
States. That's going to happen. We have to accept that as a reality.
I mean, let's be honest. Neither one of them are absolutely perfect in so many ways. But really, the man can't string a sentence together.
Well, he can. Of course he can string a sentence
half of it
together.
made no sense. He was winging it.
He was stood on stage for an hour and a half. I mean, that's a long old time to be stood on stage. I found the whole thing quite boring. I was expecting it to be more spunky than it was, and it was. I suppose
Didn't it get a bit snippy and nasty towards the end?
I fell asleep. I turned the radio off at about 10 to 3. I thought this is enough of that for me. It just seemed dull, and I thought, actually, I remember all politics are dull. I want no part in this. Good night, sweet prince. I'm out of here. I'm checking out. Alan, did you listen to it?
I did, Ian. But there's one person we forgot about.
Oh, yeah?
The moderator, Lester Holt.
Yes.
Lester Holt.
Yeah.
Well, because he was boring.
Well, he told the audience they weren't allowed to speak, didn't he?
You wanted someone, what they want, and I don't like I do like the guy, actually. I don't know why I said that. You want a Ferrari. You want Nick Ferrari or James Whale hosting something like that. You want someone who's got a little bit of fire in their belly.
When we had the Prime Minister debates in Britain, we had 3 of them. We had Alistair Stewart on ITV, Adam Bolton on Sky News, and David Dimbleby on the BBC.
Did we? Was that? I mean, that's
2010.
Yeah, I know the year. That's quite a bland bunch of men. Wasn't there? Oh no, I'm thinking of the. Am I thinking of the Brexit? Did we have Brexit debates? Because there was one hosted by. Is it Julie Etchingham?
Yeah, that was the Brexit one.
That was Brexit.
I'm talking about the very first Prime Minister debates in Britain.
I don't really get the point of the debates, because if people are just going to decide who to vote on and who's better in a public argument...
They've already decided by then, anyway.
This is it, they are the undecided. There are a significant number of undecided, and that's the thing, and they apparently make up their minds just by watching the debate. But if just because they're good at arguing... It's like posh kids are taught how to debate, and it's a great skill. I had to learn the hard way, guys. But posh kids are taught it. They'll have debating classes and debating groups and things, and they'll learn how to do it. So all it means
and
is...
you've got the Oxford Union.
Yeah, exactly.
I got put in a debating competition once, right?
Yeah.
And it was up against the posh kids. They wiped the floor with us. They knew exactly what... we were just having a go. They were doing it professionally.
Well, they're trained how to do it. So all that really means is they had if you win those debates, all right, well, you had a good education and you learn... Are you doing the washing up, Alan?
No, I'm in my flat having a Mayfair.
No, you mean the cigarette, not the magazine?
That's right.
What? That's right.
You're right, Ian.
And you're in a flat?
Yeah, I'm in my flat.
Your flat?
Yeah.
So you don't live with your mum and dad?
No, stop now about me mum and dad.
Oh.
Wow.
Did she forgive you after yesterday? You got done, didn't you?
Yeah.
No, well, put it this way, I was too noisy and me mum and dad were trying to sleep. But I'm in my flat, I can do what I like.
You can do whatever you... Don't smoke in bed, though, Alan.
No, I've got a sofa bed.
Well, don't smoke on
sofa bed.
Don't smoke in sofa bed. They're even more flammable, or are they inflammable? Either way, you don't want that to go up. But can we name 3 celebrities that have died through cigarette-related fires? Steve Marriott from The Faces. He was a boozer, and I think I've got this right, haven't I, guys? Lit cigarette, boom, flat went up.
Oh God,
wallop. Anyone else?
You know, one of the Sex Pistols died in a fire.
No. Sid Vicious died of a heroin overdose after he'd been charged with murder of his girlfriend Nancy Spungen. Again, Sid Vicious, I never got why he was so heroic. It's a sad story, really sad story, really interesting, very shy character. But his mum, I read the John Lydon, Johnny Rotten autobiography recently, and he wrote about it. He's very affectionate about Sid Vicious, and he regrets what happened to Sid, primarily him hooking up with this Nancy Spungen and becoming a heroin addict. But he would go round to Sid's house, and Sid would make food, but wouldn't give. Sid's mum would make food, but wouldn't give any to John. And she would sprinkle heroin on Sid Vicious's cornflakes when he was a kid. You know.
What?
Yeah, I know. Crazy. So what chance did the poor bugger have? There must be more celebrities that have died in that horrific.
It's a proper old-fashioned way to go now, isn't it? Thankfully.
Yeah.
What's that?
What's that, Alan?
So it's a squeaky chair.
You sure it's a squeaky chair? He's not the woman tapping her wrist going, you've only got another 20 minutes?
No.
No, okay. Well, Alan, it's all... anything else?
Terry Wogan had his memorial service today.
Terry, yes, I saw a very sad tweet from Tony Blackburn saying, Tony Blackburn saying, I'd love to have gone to my old mate's memorial service, but I wasn't invited. Isn't
and
that
you had
mean?
people like Eamon Holmes there.
Yeah. I had Chris Evans giving a rather hokey old speech. Yeah, I felt really sorry for Tony Blackburn though.
And those 7 words that Terry said to Chris, they emanate with you. They either like you or you don't.
There we go. You see, you're absolutely right, Ellen. That was when Chris Evans said after a big heavy night out on the booze with Terry Wogan, "Don't you need to do any prep?" He said, Chris, they either like you or they don't. Although I don't know if that holds true for this. I suspect a significant number of people have still not made their minds up. 0844 499 1000. I'm Iain Lee. This is Talk Radio.
Late night, Iain Lee on Talk Radio. We'll get you talking.
I've just invited Jim'll Paint It onto the show. And for those of you who don't know, I've just retweeted one of his pictures, and every now and then someone will tweet me a picture of his, and they're all absolutely brilliant. And what it is you ask him to paint it, and he'll paint it. He does it on Microsoft, it's a computer thing. And so someone has asked him to paint the picture, Noel Edmonds calling a cat, but the cat ends up helping Noel get through what is clearly a very troubled period in his life. And there's a picture of a cat staring at a phone, and beneath that is Noel Edmonds on the phone, in his pants, in tears, covered in crisps. In the back of the room, there is a dummy, the famous dummy that he drives around with. There's a picture of it. It's just absolutely brilliant. And I have no idea who the person is behind it, but we'll see. We'll see if he'll come on. Vivian Stanchel from the Bonzos died with a lit cigarette.
Oh, gosh.
Yeah. So we need one more to complete that grim trinity.
What's celebratory about this?
Well, not this next week.
All right.
0844. But I'm not being negative, though. I mean, we're celebrating their lives.
Okay.
But it's not. I'm not dissing them for their lifestyles, which will be easy
Bad
to do.
idea having that fag, though, isn't it?
Oh, God, yeah. I mean, although saying that, I was in a petrol station the other day. I just thought, do you know what? I could buy a packet of Golden Virginia and some Grain Rizzlers. No one would know.
No.
No one would ever know. I thought, it could be a nice little, cheeky little treat. I thought, no, once you go down that route, it's stained yellow fingers, it's cancer.
There's that, yeah.
It's stinking. And
everyone's smelling it more than you realise.
And always bugging for a fag.
I had a Spanish boyfriend once, and it was all very romantic until he came over here. And my housemates hated his guts because he used to smoke in the toilet.
Oh.
He used to sit on the toilet smoking. Oh. Horrible, isn't it? Oh. And he used to buy two. He was obsessed with kebabs because they didn't get him in Spain. And used to buy two. He had one for his tea, and he'd save one for the morning for his breakfast. What on earth did I see in him?
I've not had a kebab for 28 years, right? And now I eat meat again. Some nights when I drive home, the M4 is closed off, and then the diversion takes me past a kebab van. The next time the M4 is closed off and the
you're going to go buy two.
I'm going to buy a kebab. You want chili sauce, my friend? You bet I do, buddy. You bet I do.
I never went for the kebabs, because apparently it was quite a good kebab shop. I just didn't fancy it. I used to have chips on naan. Oh, that was lovely.
My mum used to buy the kebab. She's like that. When I learnt to drive, she'd send me down to Slough to, you've tried the rest, now try the best. And I'd get a couple of kebabs. You want chili sauce, my friend? Oh,
what would you get? The ones where they, like, shave it off?
Yeah.
That looks horrible.
Yeah, doesn't it?
What is it like?
What do you mean, what is it like?
What's that meat
What
like?
is it like?
Is it like... It looks like corned beef. That sort of texture.
I don't know what... I've never had corned beef. I don't know what that is.
Does it
chewy.
fall to bits?
No, it's chewy. Very chewy.
Ugh.
You want chili sauce, my friend? You know.
Like chewy spam?
Thicker than that. I mean, I've not there for 28 years. Delicious. Heartburn causing, but delicious. Salad. You want salad? Yeah. Listen, everything I can get in there that doesn't cost any more money, you put it in there, buddy.
Hot Rocky Horse.
What?
That's what my housemates used to ask for. Hot sauce, Hot Rocky Horse.
Well, hang on a minute. Why would they say... That's not... What kind of made-up slang is that?
I don't know. They thought they were cool.
They were. Tris!
Hip, hip, hip.
I've just been sent Melanie's phone number.
That's exciting, isn't it?
It is exciting. I'm going to interview Melanie. So next... I think it's Tuesday, the 4th, yeah. So next Tuesday at 8 o'clock, we're going to do a pre-record with Melanie.
It'll be Wednesday, won't it?
No, it's Tuesday.
In your thing on the 1st?
The thing is on the 2nd, which is Sunday.
Oh, yeah, okay.
My mum's birthday. And then we've got Luke Haynes coming in. Now, Tris, have you read any of Luke Haynes' books?
No, I haven't, no.
Right. I thoroughly... This is everyone's homework, right? Everyone's homework is to read the Luke Haynes book. I think it's called... I'm just firing it up on Amazon. I think it's called Britpop and My Part in Its Downfall. Let me have a little look. Oh, no. Luke Haynes. Yes. No, I didn't mean that. There's Post Everything. And anyway, go and get his books. Both of them are absolutely brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. He talks about kind of being in the... Here we go. Luke Haynes' Bad Vibes. What am I talking about? Bad Vibes. It's hilarious. Britpop and My Part in Its Downfall. Guys, it's 24 pence on Amazon. I mean, really. It is so funny and so sweary and just absolutely wonderful. So that's my recommendation.
Where would I know him from?
He had one hit, right? He was in a band called the Auteurs that were kind of tipped to be the next big thing, but they never quite were.
Oh, yeah.
And he's released loads... I haven't got it. He did... The hit that he had was, it's just the facts of life, there's no master plan.
Black Box Recorder.
Black Box Recorder, and they ripped that off of, that brilliantly, and he talks about it openly. They totally ripped off Honey to the Bee by Billy. And he makes... He's proud, and he's absolutely... Anyway, I think he's fascinating. He's got a new song out as well, which is superb, because... actually, hang on a minute. Let me play the new song. Can you indulge me for a minute, guys?
Yeah, of course.
Because I can't remember what it's called. What's the new Luke Haynes song called? Oh, Smash the System. There we go. Now, this is not going to be... Oh, my computer's gone to cock. This is not going to be to everyone's taste, okay? I tell you that now. Some people will hate it. It will become apparent... Oh, I can't find it. I'll have to find it in a bit. It'll become apparent why I like it, but anyway, he's good. And he's coming in next Tuesday as well. So that'll be cool. Anyway, Tris, what you got for us?
Well, I just wanted to touch upon quickly that we've all seemed to gloss over Jonathan's new direction from last night's show, where he wants us all to get our wangers out. And
well, not all of us. He doesn't want
together.
to see. He doesn't want to see mime.
Well, no, you can do some knitting, love, can't you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you up for it?
To be honest. No.
Oh.
Is that all right? We can do it one-on-one. I don't mind that.
Okay. Why have you brought it up then, Tris?
I don't know. I just thought he's struggling for struggling for contentious material, and he's trying to go to a new.
I think that's unfair, Jonathan. I don't think he always phones in to be argumentative or to be obnoxious. You know, I've found some of his calls quite charming and quite insightful. I mean, obviously the Stephen Lawrence thing was obnoxious, and there's been a few others, but I don't think he's always attempting to cause offence. I don't think.
He's a bit of a guilty pleasure of mine now. I find him quite fascinating.
Oh yes, I find all of you fascinating. You're all creatures in my laboratory.
Anyway, what I was going to talk about, I had a bit of a weird experience in a record shop today.
Yeah, go on.
I go there quite a lot, and the girl that works behind the counter, we have a little chit chat every time, and she's often talking about Dave Davis actually, and but you know, I'll stand and talk about music all day as long as I'm entertained for, you know.
Yeah.
And anyway, I was buying a few bits today, and but I was with my wife today, and I go up to the counter. She was very cold, very standoffish. Didn't say a word to me. She normally offers me a free poly slip for the records as well, which I didn't get offered today. And she basically threw it at me and just snatched the money out of my hand.
Oh, Tris.
Yeah,
you've claimed another heart.
So she didn't know that you were married?
No. No. And now I sort of think back, thinking these little chats, you know, what did they mean, and what sort of signals was I giving off? I feel quite terrible about it. I was quite shocked, actually.
Well, it's interesting, isn't it, that our actions and our words, you know, when they leave our bodies and our mouths, to us mean one thing, to other people are interpreted in completely different ways, and some people do interpret pleasantness as flirtation.
Yeah, I know. It's unfortunate, really, because I just want to chat about music. But of course, on the flip side, the second I get outside, the wife's saying, "Well, what have you been saying to her?" You know, so it hasn't gone well either way.
I've had a bit trouble in the past, but I now know what it was. I look at people's mouths when they're talking, like all the time, and I think in the past, boys thought that was like me giving them the come on.
Yeah, no, I can see that.
But it's because my mum's sisters were quite deaf. So she was used to sort of, you know, they were used to lip reading. And so the way my mum talks to me, the way I talk to her, we look at each other's mouths.
Yeah.
And, and it's got me into some awkward situations in the past where people have misread it. And then you think afterwards, was that my fault? I didn't do it on purpose.
Well, that's the thing, isn't it? It's really hard to know, like, what was the one thing that was said or the one thing that was done that sort of made you think you're up for something, you know?
Hang on a second, guys. Has Smokey Robinson just died?
What?
Hang on a minute. Someone's just done Smokey Robinson, #RIP. Let's...
I wouldn't read too much into that, though.
No, he's still alive. Okay, guys.
But now you've mentioned him...
the curse...
The curse is kicking in.
Go.
Oh, the curse.
Borrowed time.
Why would someone do Smokey Robinson, #RIP?
Because people are swines, aren't they?
Well, I don't know. Well, I don't know.
People just want likes and retweets and all that sort of thing, don't they? They'll put anything.
Yeah. Can you ever go back...
People are dishonest on the internet.
Shut up, man. What are you talking about? So can you ever go back to this record emporium?
Well, I've got to, because it's my place of choice, you know.
Well, there's only...
What do you do?
The other alternative is you've got to stop being so damn sexy, Tris.
Well, this is a real problem, as you well know, Kat, you know.
It's hard to turn that stuff off.
Down many a time.
Tris, it's hard to turn that stuff off, man. Trust me, I know. Thank you for that. 0844 499 1000. Talk Radio.
Late night, Iain Lee on Talk Radio.
We have ways of making you talk.
0844 499 1000 is the telephone number, and it's this kind of part in the show when the phone calls sort of drift away. And we have less of them, and that is absolutely fine. It is flipping boiling in here.
Are you really hot? 'Cause
Yes.
I'm not. My hands are cold.
I am absolutely boiling in here. Oh, there's a brilliant headline in the Star today. It's amazing that people can write this and it gets printed. Strictly Tess in nip slip mishap.
Oh, God.
And you don't really need...
Don't need the mishap, do you?
We don't need to read any more of the story. I think we know where this is going to go. I'll read it. Strictly host Tess Daly suffered a nipple nightmare. Now, a nipple nightmare for
A mammary mishap.
A nipple nightmare for me would be when you run a marathon, your nipples fall off. That happens.
They fall off.
They can do, yeah.
I thought they just got terribly
No,
chafed.
no, they can fall off. This is absolutely true. That yes, you have to put Vaseline on your nipples or tape them, but they can fall off with the constant rubbing. They can drop off. Now that to me, I think that can happen. That to me would be your actual nipple nightmare. A nipple dropping off. If your nipple fell off, would you put it in your mouth and suck it?
What?
I would do it to mine. Nipple fell off, I think I'll have a... I'll put that... I put it in a matchbox with some cotton wool.
I probably wouldn't, no.
Would you not?
No.
Well, that's where you and I are different.
In one of the many ways we're different.
The presenter...
I thought you meant suck it to, keep it warm so they could stick it back on.
How do they... well, they can make...
Not just for
fake,
kink.
They can make fake nipples. How did they sew on John Wayne Bobbitt's willy? That is remarkable. Forget all the stuff about they found a cure for baldness and all the cancer treatments and all of this,
Did she completely sever it? She chucked it out the window, didn't she?
She chucked it out of the didn't she chuck it out of the car window? Right.
Gosh.
Did she bite it or was she scissors? I think she might have been scissors.
Knife, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Not scissors.
Why does it sound so ridiculous? Yeah, you're doing little kiddie scissors. I'm talking about big kitchen scissors. Whoa,
All right.
Wallop.
You're doing garden shears.
No. You can get big metal scissors.
The bacon scissors.
Yeah. Or sausage scissors. How do they sew a man's winkle back onto the stump and it still function? Because he went on to make porno.
Yeah.
He made a porno about what happened. There was a porno version of that.
You think that would kill the mood if anything's gonna...
Divine Brown made a porno version of what happened with Hugh Grant, with a Hugh Grant lookalike.
Well, of course she did.
That's brilliant. But imagine if I had my penis hacked off.
Can I not imagine that?
No. If I'd had it hacked off, I think the last thing I'd want to do is then make a career out of having sex in public with that penis attached to me. It was separate, maybe. Send it out on solo missions. Maybe it was attached to the Velcro.
Little clockwork feet on it.
Yeah. But how do they? I mean, just a genuine question.
I'm not medically trained.
With the hand, you can kind of understand because you can see which way round it's supposed to go. You can line it up and go, yeah, that looks right. There's the bone there.
Yeah, but it's all the inside bits that's the tricky part.
Well, that
surely.
does it all itself, I think.
No. Well, they find each other. No, you've got to put the tendons and all the tubes and that together, haven't you?
I don't know. My boys, we were out the other day at playground. And my eldest came rushing over to me. He said, Daddy, I've just seen a man with a robot arm. And I'd look, and there was a fella with a very sleek... He was a white guy, but he had a black, sleek robot arm. And
What, you mean a prosthetic arm?
Well, but it was robotic.
Right.
It was robotic.
It was attached to him.
Yeah.
It wasn't just walking around.
Yeah. And then we had to talk about, well, he might have lost it because he was ill, or maybe he wasn't born with it, or maybe he's a soldier, or maybe there was an accident. Probably more than likely it was an accident. I said back when I was a kid, you didn't get arms that you could do the fingers. You just got a rubber arm.
Yeah.
You saw people either with the stump or they just had a rubber arm. And then my youngest is going, where is he? Where is he? I can't see him. He was quite some distance away. So I was trying to, because it was treading a fine line between. I wanted to get across that it was perfectly normal and it was.
You wanted to educate him.
We're all God's creatures. So I was kind of going. It's over there. Right? No. See this? Right. You see this? Right, the swings. No, the kid, for the little kids, is to the left of the. So I was trying to, but then I thought, well, am I by pointing it out? Am I denormalising it and making it seem freakish in inverted commas? I didn't quite know what the best way. I didn't want to go. He's over there. You see, he's holding the little girl. He's using it now. Look, it's going now. He's doing it. But they're amazing, those arms. When did they become? Can you get toes? Can you get toes that you can
wiggle?
You can wiggle.
I don't really know why you need to wiggle them.
But
you can get the feet. You can get ones with the feet that are kind of mechanised.
Oh yeah. But do you have the control? All right. Well, how do you control the how do you control the hand?
Isn't it muscular, like the same way you control your actual hand? Depends where the stump ends, surely.
Well, it was up to the elbow.
Yeah, but the stump might have gone inside it.
Well,
so it might have been longer.
No, it wasn't. You could tell because it was.
All right.
You could tell. So it was elbow. I just isn't technology now slightly ham-fisted way. Isn't technology amazing? How does it work? We'll find out about Tess Daly's nipples after this.
The wild man of late night radio is back.
Iain Lee on Talk Radio.
We have ways of making you talk.
0844 499 1000. This is Iain Lee, Talk Radio. Catherine is in the studio with me. Ed is through there. Good evening, Ed.
Evening.
Thank you very much indeed. He's fallen down a well. Katya!
Hello, Ian. I heard you talk about, I think that's Wayne Bobbitt. I'm not really sure, but because
John Wayne Bobbitt was his name, yes.
Last week...
And it's interesting, isn't it? Because Bobbitt, Bobbitt isn't a euphemism for penis, but it sounds like it could be, or for oral sex or something. Bobbitt sounds dicky, doesn't it? It sounds like it's connected.
It's become a verb, hasn't it, now, to Bobbit?
What does that mean?
To verb, chop it off.
Oh, is that what you've called in for, Katya? Are we stealing your thunder?
No, but the amazing thing about the whole affair is that he was asleep when she did it. That's how can you...
That's cool.
You know.
Cold.
Yeah, well...
Can I read you an email?
Huh?
Can I read you an email?
Okay.
From Luke Haynes. Now, do you know who Luke Haynes is?
You talked about him.
He's coming on the show next week, right?
Marvellous.
We've been emailing each other. Ian, I'd love to come on your show. By some strange serendipity, I was listening on Wednesday and howling with laughter at the woman with the Kansas obsession.
I can't remember. No.
Yeah, he's talking about you, Katya. You were the bait in the trap that's hooked me the interview.
Oh, well done me.
What were you on about? Well, Kansas, obviously.
I've been reading about Kansas, and they were rubbish, right? And they were real minor players in rock and roll, and they were a bubblegum soft rock group put together by Don Kirshner, and they really were pointless.
So that's it. You've decided it's just rubbish.
Yeah,
again.
I have.
Sounds cut and dry to me.
I've read about them. I've researched them as a result of you, and they were pointless.
And you've listened to them, have you?
No!
Oh.
Why would I listen to a band to know I don't like the band?
Oh, can't believe that. It's pointless. Anyway, we were talking about Bobbitt.
Yes.
So, I didn't really listen to the whole conversation you were having because I thought I must ring, and I spoke to Ed, so I don't really know what you said about it.
Okay, what would you like to add to the conversation?
He became a porn star, you probably said that. Did you say that?
Yes.
All right. I don't think he's a porn star anymore.
What, did he fall off again?
I think something else terrible happened to... Well, terrible. In the penis kind of thingy related happened to him again, but I don't really know what.
I better look this up.
Yeah.
How come you seem to know so much about John Wayne Bobbitt?
Well, not so much about him, but I know...
About penises in general?
About the ones that have been cut. Yes.
You know about cut penises?
Yes.
Why?
I can't. I'm not going to say.
Well, it makes it worse by not saying.
Are you a cut penisophile?
Not really. Okay, here's the thing. Whenever Like when you watch television with a man, let's say you're watching television with your husband.
Yes.
Or your soon-to-be husband.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. And they show people having on morning television. Yeah, that was last week actually. They showed.
I don't even know what you're talking about now.
Yeah. Anyway,
with your soon-to-be husband, and you're watching.
Sitting around. Okay, Roger, he doesn't really like me talking about cut penises. That's why I like
This is Roger,
talking
your
about them.
fictional boyfriend.
Yes.
Doesn't like you talking about cut penises.
No, he does this thing with his legs. If I do.
All right.
Yeah.
He's squeamish.
Yeah, I think he is. And it's so
But
funny.
why do you want to talk? So what? You go and research cut penises
Yes.
just to freak him out?
Yes.
Wow. That's. I mean, that's strange.
Is it?
Yeah. That is strange, Katya. Yes.
Oh, well, I'm not. Well,
It's made us think you're a little bit. What's the word? Well, a bit of a pervert.
Am I?
Yeah.
No, but I only read things. I don't.
You don't-
that
you don't-
defence.
Do you Google them to look at them?
Well, not all.
I'm going to Google it. I'm going to Google it.
In the meantime, do you want to hear what happened to Bobbitt?
Cut penis.
Yes.
All right. In 1999, Bobbitt received probation for his role in a theft in a store in Nevada. In 2003, he was sentenced to prison for violating his probation for that theft after he was arrested on battery charges involving his then-wife, Joanna Ferrell. He was again twice arrested on charges of battery against her in 2004, and the same year he filed for divorce under the name John W. Ferrell, which he'd been using during his marriage to her. In 2014, he was severely injured when he broke his neck in a vehicular accident in Buffalo, New York.
Right. Yeah,
dear.
his neck. Yeah. Okay. That's.
So it was his neck and not his...
Here we go. I've just Googled severed penis.
Mm-hmm.
The first two stories. First one, man high on meth cuts off penis and feeds it to alligator.
What?
Second story, adulterer has penis sewn back on by Dr. Van Dong. Isn't that... Oh, and I've Googled it, and I wish I had Googled it! Get rid of it! Close that picture! Oh, Kath, look! Can you see it? Oh, God! Look at that one! It's hanging by a thread!
That reminds me.
They're in jars!
I've really got to get some Cumberlands tomorrow when I go to the
Hey,
shop.
gosh! Guys, please, whatever you do, do not type in severed penis into Google, then click images. Do not do that! I love you, little fella. I'll never let that happen to you. I swear I'll never let that
Stop
happen to you.
stroking it.
He's disappeared. He's gone inside. Never seen that again. Flippin' heck! Outrageous! The internet should be closed down immediately for displaying that filth.
I apologize.
Utter filth. Anything
Right.
else, Katya? No. Strictly 0844 499 1000. Why did I type that in? Why did I think that would be a fun thing to look at?
Poor Roger.
Strictly host Tess Daly suffered a nipple nightmare. Oh, this is where it started, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
In the TV studio. The presenter dazzled the show's audience in a tight white dress. Oh, here we go. All she was doing was smuggling peanuts.
That's not... Amanda Holden does that on purpose now, doesn't she? That's become her thing.
Yeah,
you know,
she-
like Kardashian's bum.
Yeah, in the ad break, she gets a bit of ice and rubs it on there.
Does she?
Yeah.
Marilyn Monroe used to put buttons down there so it looked like nips.
Good for her. But the frock showed off more than she wanted. Just before the cameras started rolling on Friday's live launch, she looked down and realised her nipples were sticking out. She shrieked to her co-presenter, Claudia Winkleman, nipples on live television. Then the panic... Why do people's nipples go hard when they are cold? I can't understand why they're cold, but excited?
Well, all your blood goes to you where your thin skin is.
Nipples. I don't get nipples. I don't really understand the point of them. The panic-stricken star dashed out of the TV studio to readjust herself. Well, that would
Panic-stricken.
that would be the excitement of about to be performing on live television. That's what
Might
that
have
would
been
be.
cold.
Well, no, not in those studios. Those studios are hot, man. On set, sources claim Tess managed to cover up with tape, a popular trick used by female Why is this in the newspaper? And even more importantly, why is this coming out of my mouth?
Is it written by a man?
Peter Dyke.
Yeah, Peter Dyke's got a thing about boobies.
Claudia joked, "What are you doing to your nipples? I'm going to watch." Minutes later, a composed Tess came back on set ready for the show to begin. However, that wasn't her only horror of the night. Poor Tess was also terrified that her undies were showing through the dress.
Oh.
And she told the audience, "My shoes are too big, I might fall over."
This is all bants. This is all womanly bants.
Last night, the BBC declined to comment.
Yeah.
Of course they did, because it's just, it's just what's going on in... Yes, Lee!
Hello?
Hello, Lee.
I'm live on air, am I?
You certainly are.
Blimey, that was quick.
We've got no other callers. We can make you wait if you want.
No, it's okay. So I was watching on Periscope, and I wanted to compliment the woman on her outfit.
Well, you're through to the woman now.
Oh, me?
Hello.
Hello, the Lee.
Nice outfit.
Thanks.
That's good.
Do you want to talk to the man again?
Okay.
Hi, Lee.
Hi.
What you got? So, well, that was nice.
Yeah.
It's kind.
How's your day been, Lee?
Busy.
What you been up to?
My brother's 31st birthday today.
Oh yeah, did you give him some money as a present?
Yeah, I did. I gave him 100 quid.
Yeah.
Plus, he said to me, "Come out with me tomorrow." I've got to visit because he lives in Gloucester. I have to go on the train up to Gloucester, and so he wants me to spend more money. But then I got a phone call about half an hour ago, about 11 o'clock, saying I want 50 quid off you.
Now, Lee, I've been thinking a lot about the conversation we had yesterday. Been thinking a lot about it today. Yeah, I have. And you don't mind me thinking about it, do you?
No.
No. And my head's been going off on all kinds of tangents and all kinds of followed, like Columbo, I've been following every line of inquiry.
Right.
In terms of what we talked about yesterday, in terms of your boozing and the money to your brother and stuff like that. And you've mentioned that previously that you're schizophrenic and you receive medication for that. And I was just wondering if you found... How am I going to phrase this and not sound offensive? I don't think I can, so I'm just going to come out and say it. Do you mind if I just come out and say it?
Come out and say it.
Are you sometimes a bit of a fantasist? Is everything that comes out of your mouth true?
Yes, everything is true.
Now,
you think I'm lying about my brother?
No, well, hey, I didn't... Listen, I've not used the word lying. I just wonder...
My brother exists.
Okay. I'm not saying he doesn't. I was just following every line of thought, and I just thought that some of the things that were mentioned yesterday were so fantastical.
Really?
That, I wondered if they were true. Yeah, I wondered if they were true.
No, that's true. I haven't told you a single lie, Ian.
Okay. No, that's fine, Lee. And that's fine. And I'm sure you don't mind.
Well, maybe what I could have said that would make you think that.
Well, the thing about drinking a whole bottle of whiskey and 4 beers...
Oh, yeah, I'll drink a bottle of whiskey in a day.
Okay.
Yeah, I do. I drink a whole bottle of whiskey a day. Not every day, not 7 days a week, because I can't afford it. I told you how much money I get.
Yeah. And you drank a whole bottle of whiskey yesterday, did you?
Yeah.
Because you sounded really with it for someone who's drinking a whole bottle of whiskey.
Well, I don't get drunk. I'm drinking a bottle of beer now. I don't get drunk.
Yeah, I've spent a lot of time with proper hardcore alcoholics, right? Bang on alcoholics, right? And I think even some of them would blanch at a whole bottle of whiskey. And even them that have been boozing for 20, 30 years, some of these people.
Well, everybody's different, you know?
Yeah, no, there you go, exactly. But even them that have been boozing for 20, 30 years would sound less focused than you do after a bottle of scotch.
Well, I drink it with energy drink. I don't know if that helps. Maybe that helps my metabolism. I don't know.
Yeah, it might do. But, I'm not for 1 second accusing you of being a liar, Lee. I just have to... I take everybody that calls in at face value, and sometimes I sit at home and I spend a little bit of time just wondering what's going on behind the phone calls, that's all.
Well, I'm not lying to you, Ian, honestly.
No, that's fine.
Seriously.
Okay, no, that's fine. If you say you're not, then...
I don't get drunk. I can drink a bottle of whiskey in a day and not get drunk. I drink it with energy drinks. I drink it with cheap energy drinks.
Okay.
It's like £1 for a litre.
Okay, no, that's... Lee, if you tell me you're telling the truth, then I accept that at face value.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome.
And that is a very nice outfit, Kath.
Thanks very much. Oh, you know what my name is?
Yes.
Do you know what? That's just made my night.
I like to call you the woman.
Well, it's stuck as a nickname. Lee, thank you very much for that. I hope you don't mind that probing. There's a new series started on some made-up television channel, unless they're advertising with us, in which case, boy, it sounds brilliant. And I saw the poster for it. I thought, is that really the name of the program? Then I heard a trailer for it. And it's called something like Hootie and the Lady. And it's like an Indiana... From what I can gather from the picture, all I've seen is a picture, and I've heard like a 10-second trail for it. And from what I can gather, it's like an Indiana Jones type thing, where he's like the hero, and he's got a posh English woman, the lady.
Mm.
And I thought, that is such...
It's very old-fashioned.
A 90s title.
Or 80s even.
Yeah, it was really... Can someone...
It's real.
It's a real thing, is it? What's it called?
Hootie and the Lady.
Is it called Hootie?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought...
Hooten.
Hooten, that's it, Hooten. If anyone has seen this programme, I mean, it sounded... Again, if they're advertising with us, man alive, I can't wait to see it. I'm going to tape it all. But if anyone has seen it, could you let me know as bad as the
it's
title?
Sky One. It's excellent.
Oh, in that case, it sounds superb. I'm looking forward to series linking that. 0844 499 1000 is the telephone number. If you want to give us a call, you're more than welcome to. We'll have a little break now for some adverts and the news, and then when we come back, we will set up the stall again and have a little look back on what we've talked about and maybe go through some more bits in the papers. We have no phone calls lined up, so if you're thinking about it, now would be an excellent time to call. We call you back, okay? So it's 0844 499 1000. I'm Iain Lee. This is Talk Radio.
Across the UK, online and on DAB.
A radio star is born.
You're going to love
Talk Radio. Talk Radio.
Busy, busy, busy! 0844 499 1000. You can watch us on Periscope as well, guys. Periscope.tv/Iain Lee. Another hour to go. I'm Iain Lee. This is Talk Radio.
Late night, Iain Lee on Talk Radio.
We have ways of making you talk.
Let's go down to the riot, it's summertime, and now's the time to smash the system. Smash the system. Smash the system. Smash the system. We got the numbers, roll up a number, let's have an adventure on the escalator. I like the monkeys. Do you like the monkeys? Let's smash the system. Smash the system. Smash the system. Let's go down to the demonstration, it's summertime, and now's the time to smash the system. Smash the system. Smash the system. Smash the system. You're right, I'm wrong, there's no doubt, let's have an adventure on the escalator. Smash the system. Smash the system. Smash the system. Smash the system. Listen to the velvet underground. Listen to the velvet underground. Smash the system. Smash the system. Smash the system. Smash the system. And Davy Jones sings. And Davy Jones sings. Let's go down to the riot, it's summertime, and now's the time to smash the system. Smash the system. Smash the system. Smash the system. Let's go down to the riot, it's summertime, and now's the time to smash the system. Smash the system. Smash the system. Smash the system. And Davy Jones sings. And Davy Jones sings.
That's Luke Haynes, who's coming in next week. And the video, go and find the video of it. It's just a joy because it's him wearing a gas mask and loads of Morris
men.
dancers in Camden. It's brilliant. It's brilliant. He's such a fascinating. He's released so many records in different. Just does different stuff all the time. He's fascinating. Those books are superb. I have to dig them out and bring them in. 0844 499 1000. I'm Iain Lee. This is Talk Radio. It's a phone-in show, unlike any other phone-in show, in that we don't really talk about anything, but yet we cover everything. Susie's on the line. Good evening, Susie.
Iain Lee, is that you really?
Is that you really, Susie?
Yeah.
Can you prove it? Have you got papers or something that we can use to identify
I've got it all
you?
here. I've got my passport and everything. My heart's beating like a little lamb.
Why is your... Well, I don't know how a little lamb's heart beats, but
Fast.
What... Is it fast? Why... Are you high? What's going on?
No, I'm just nervous, like George Best, Danny Baker, Iain Lee, they're just in my heroes, so just saying.
Well, thank you, Susie. I'm not quite sure how I fit in with those two, because those two are legends of a kind, but we've never spoken before.
You're in my legendary, list of people.
Well, thank you very much, Susie. That's very kind of you. We've never spoken before, have we?
We have. I came to see you last year in Cambridge with lovely Katherine.
The Cambridge... I'm trying to remember, because there was all these different shows. I remember Cambridge because I had to walk along a long road to try and find something to eat. It was a really nice theatre. Were you one of the pissed up women?
No, I don't drink. You were funny as hell anyway.
Oh, well, thank you very much indeed. Well, that's very kind of you. I'm trying, because there were...
Because at Cambridge there were two women there who apparently went to the same school as me, but they were... Is that right?
You weren't one of them, were you,
No.
Susie?
Yeah, well, I had a red jacket on, yeah, Katherine.
Oh, I remember you.
I
With the military
remember
jacket on.
you.
The military jacket.
Ah, I do remember you. How
Yeah,
funny.
how ridiculous, how embarrassing. Anyway, I don't know even why I rang up, but I rang up because I thought, there's no way I'll get through. There's no way.
Yeah,
I thought I'll just give them a little chance. And I did. And the only reason I was ringing up, to speak to both of you, actually, would say, I can't believe that how talented the both of you are, and you're not on, a highbrow TV. What are you on
highbrow TV. I don't know if we're. I don't know if we're highbrow. Oh, Susie, that's a really kind thing of you to say. And listen, the reason you got through is because it's still a relatively early days at Talk Radio, and I'll be honest, we get enough calls to fill the show, but we're not exactly turning people away at the moment. So people are listening. They want to call up. You'll get on. But I don't know.
It took me two evenings. Sorry to interrupt you.
No, go on.
To try and work out even where you were. So I've been googling where is Iain Lee now?
Yeah.
Where is Katherine Boyle now? How can I listen to them on the radio? There's nothing on the internet. You just can't. It doesn't show you. I mean, retune this, do this, scratch your backside.
What you've done there is you've just summed up the frustration of everybody that works at this bloody radio station, that there's not really enough out there telling people how to find us, and what's on offer. So have you managed to find us on the radio or online? Can you listen?
Hell yes. I can do it online now, yeah. I can do it on my phone,
right.
Which is ridiculous.
Have you got the app? Have you downloaded the app?
App, my backside. Well, I don't even know what an app is.
Oh, flipping it. God,
sorry.
Well, you're obsessed with your backside, and which is wonderful to know. Well, you can if you got, what phone have you got?
Oh, a pink one.
Okay. Well, you can go to... I love it. Well, as long as you found a way of listening to us, Susie, then that is the main thing. So have you just started listening mentioned yesterday, was yesterday the first night you started listening?
The day before yesterday, but I've been listening on the computer thing, on Goggle. I can somehow get through to listening to you on nights before.
Right,
it's not quite the same, is it?
No.
Because when I'm listening to you, what you've done the night before, it's not quite as pertinent as what you're doing that evening.
Well, I don't know if tonight is, but I don't think the live shows are any more pertinent. But I know what you mean. There's a certain energy.
They are to me, though.
No, I know, and you're right. When you're listening to something live as opposed to a podcast or something pre-recorded, there is a certain energy that I think comes through the speakers. Which is why I don't really like pre-recording interviews for this show, because I think you lose a little bit of the spark, the magic of it, happening live. Well, Susie, I'm glad you found me, and it was. I do remember you from Cambridge, and it was so nice to have some.
I reckon you do.
No, I do. I remember you. I remember it's nice to have. No, hang on. I was just saying it was nice to have such enthusiastic people such as you and your friend in the audience. So thank you for that.
Did you really?
Weird.
Can I ask a question? Because I've been thinking about it. Did you really go to my school?
Yeah, but you're a lot younger than us. So
Well-
is it just the fact that you said on radio that you went to Redbourne?
Yeah.
So we, like, it just sort of knew it from then. My friend, pardon?
Isn't that funny though? It's not a massive school, is
Hilarious.
it? I know. I thought you were making it up. God, that's really well done. We survived it.
Yeah, we did. And the one thing I also want to say, may I just quickly, not that I'm obsessed with Iain Lee and Danny Baker and George Best or anything of that ilk at all. Let's all forget that. But I did watch the other night Iain Lee interviewing Danny Baker.
Oh yeah, that was great. That one, what? Because he's a big,
Was it great? Was it great? Man alive! Listen to it again. Watch yourself again.
No, I'm not. I can't watch it. But because I'm a huge Danny Baker fan. So he kind of messaged me before the show saying I'm a bit drunk. Do you want me to come on tonight? And I was like, yeah, of course. So it was all a spontaneous kind of thing that he came on. We didn't know it was going to happen.
It was fantastic. I mean, it was just dance on it from start to finish. Listen to it again. Honestly,
I can't listen. I can't listen to myself, Susie. I hate listening to myself.
What? Well, then you put us all through that listening to you.
Exactly. How selfish.
You cheeky cow. Yes, I do put you through it, Susie. I hate it so much.
You should.
You have to do it. Do you know what? I'm going to. I'll find that because it's on my YouTube channel, and I'll retweet that in case anyone missed that.
Oh, just indulge yourself, please. Indulge yourself. Just for
All right, I'm
gonna
gonna sit at home tomorrow naked, watching it, touching myself.
I've been boring everyone. I took my brother around Harold Park. Harold, not as in the old Harold.
Yes.
Harold Country Park.
Yeah, I do know it. Yeah.
Yeah, I went round for his birthday, you see, crack of the cracks, and we were just talking about you. And he said, will you stop going on about him? And I'm just saying, why is he not there up with, your Chris Evans? And how does that happen? Is it just luck in the draw?
I think a bit of it's luck. I think a bit of it's talent. Maybe I've not got the talent. I've certainly...
Talent?
No, I don't know. I was talking to my mate Dougie about this the other night. Dougie Anderson, we went out for some
Dougie.
food.
Oh, yeah, I know Dougie.
And
yeah.
we were talking because I think Dougie's really talented, and he can't get a look in anywhere. Can't get a gig, and I don't understand it. And sometimes, and yet I've seen people with very little talent go on to become millionaires. So I don't know, Susie. It's one of those things, and I try not to think about it too much because it would eat me up if I did. I'm happy here. I earn a few quid and I can pay all the bills. That'll do me.
What about Catherine's thing when she did that couscous thing with the
No, that's when I used to work with
Lefty Shop with Jasmine and
that's when I used to work with Ronnie. We used to do like a soap opera thing, like a comedy soap opera thing.
She's good, isn't she, Susie?
What was it called?
It was called Feckham Leclay.
Oh, Feckham Heights.
Feckham Hall.
Oh, Feckham Hall.
You're speaking a foreign language now. Both of you have got no idea what you're talking about.
That was a really... Oh, God, I loved doing that show. And Ronnie's the one who...
characters are brilliant.
Ronnie's totally the one who spotted that there was more to me than a newsreader. So, good
She's
on Ronnie.
brilliant, Kath, and I made sure that when I got the boot from the other place and I found out I was coming here, I said, right, I'll come, but you got to bring my producer along as well if you want to get the full act. So
of course, and everyone thought there was a bit of jiggy, but we know better than that. Anyway, that's a really bad speech impediment before JVS. What the hell is that about?
Oh, now you're speaking. Now I don't want to slag off anyone who works there because
I'm not slagging anyone off. I'm just saying, what the hell is that about?
Susie, listen, I've got to go to another break. I'm so glad you found us.
Thank you, Iain. Thank you, Catherine.
Thank you for the kind words, and we'll speak again soon. All right.
All right, nice one.
Cheers, mate. Bye bye.
Oh, the Redbourne massive.
08444991000, and she summed up quite nicely the frustrations that we've all got, that people don't know that we're here. I don't mean we
Even
as a
people
show.
looking for us.
Yeah, I mean the whole station. You know, we've got Paul Ross and there's Julia Hartley-Brewer and there's two people I think are particularly brilliant on here are John Holmes at 1:00 in the afternoon and Sam Delaney.
Yeah.
I mean everyone I think is great. Apart from Julia, because she blocked me, but that's fine. When she unblocks me, I think she's great again. And Johnny and Ash before us, but I think John Holmes at 1 and Sam at 4, I think are superb, and it's frustrating that. Oh, and Howard Hughes on a Sunday night. Do you know what I mean? Flipping at the unexplained. That there's no one knows where we are.
But the thing is about John is that he's doing something different. He's trying to do something different, and it's. I feel.
He's very naughty.
Yeah.
Alan, you're going to be up next. Stay there. 0844 499 1000. This is Talk Radio.
Late night, Iain Lee on Talk Radio. We'll get you talking.
Yep. Another 45 minutes of this, and then it's the two mics simulcast across Talk Sport and Talk Radio. Alan's on the line. Good evening, Alan.
Hi, Ian. How are you?
I'm all right, thank you, boss. What you got for us?
Well, I'm a new listener, I'll be honest. I found the channel by error. I was actually trying to listen to football a couple of weeks back, and I've got really interested in the chats that you guys do. It's really, really exciting. Especially since most of the time I'm driving, and rather than listening to Adele drone on and make me distracted and falling asleep, I'm getting conversations in the car on my own, which is quite good.
When you say you're finding it exciting...
it's making me think, rather than sitting there being a bit of a how can I put it nice? Well, I can't put it nice. Actually, it makes your mind numbing listening to music while you're driving.
Yeah, I never really, although I've just started getting into 6 music a bit, but I find listening to music radio, I do find it a little bit dull. I'll put a CD on if I've got stuff I want to listen to, I will, but I prefer to hear people arguing. I prefer to hear arguments on the radio.
Well, especially if you try, the reality is the bulk of people that listen to the radio are drivers. So why put depressing, calming, chill-out music that makes them just want to go to sleep when they've got a 300-mile drive to go?
What do you do, Alan? What are you driving?
What am I driving? A Range Rover Evoque.
And what do you do for a living?
I work in the pub trade. I'm a pub manager.
Okay. Why are you driving so far then?
The company I work for, we've just purchased quite a few pubs.
Okay.
And I'm training team up because we're landing these pubs. It's alongside.
Yeah.
I actually rang because you were on about Hooton and the Lady.
Yes. Have you seen this programme?
I have. Because of the hours that I do, all I end up with is shite TV, to be honest. That's all. It was interesting to watch to a point. It's got something about it, but it's very 80s feel to it.
Well, this is what I thought from the poster and from the trailer that I heard. It did sound. I thought it did sound like something from the late 80s.
It's because it's that format that was so popular back then, which was kind of, they're the wrong side of the tracks, the posh one, the Battle of the Sexes thing. We had a lot of that.
Yeah, it's very Dempsey and Makepeace type thing. Where they're trying to get the male and the female, is she, isn't he type thing, and early moonlighting where they had, they're trying to get something exciting. And I don't realise that people are past that now on TV. But
Dempsey and Makepeace, they were married in real life, weren't they?
I think they still are.
Yeah, and it developed on the TV programme.
Glynis Barber. Wow.
Yes, little fitty in a time.
Well, yeah, even now. She was in EastEnders recently, wasn't she? As a baddie. They had Gillian Anderson from the X-Files was on Radio 4 this evening, right, being interviewed, and she's got an English accent now.
But she's English.
No, but she's American.
No, she's not.
No, she's American.
She's always been English.
Blimey. But well, hang on, when did she move to America?
Let's check.
When she was a kid?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, so that makes, she's American. Technically she's English, but she grew up in America.
Yeah, but I've still got a Mancunian accent and I lived down south for long
No,
enough.
but she had an American accent. She actually had an American accent when she lived in America.
Do you think?
Yeah, she did, because I've seen her being interviewed as an American woman. This is the amazing thing, Alan. I've seen her being interviewed as an American, and yet she was on Radio 4, she was all English.
Joey Barton, he has strange accents. We're still unsure where he comes from.
Well, you see, now you've lost me there because you made a sporting reference.
Oh, no.
I don't know nothing about sports, Alan.
Oh, shocking.
Well, listen, I'm glad you found us.
Yeah.
We'll do our best.
Thank you. I mean, the one that I first listened to was Mr. Galloway the other night. It really did tickle my... He did have a good rant, and it was pretty impressive.
Oh, Galloway's... I don't agree with everything he says, but I do like hearing him go off on one.
Yes, I think that's what it was all about. You know, I'd love to see him and Donald Trump have a bit of a chat together. That'd be interesting.
Yeah.
Well, Alan, listen, mate, you found us. We're on every weeknight from 10 o'clock, and I'm glad you found us, and I'm looking forward to speaking to you again. Thank you, mate. Cheers for that. Well, there we go. We had 2 new callers.
Who'd found us by chance.
Who'd found us, well, as he said it, quotes, I found you by error.
Yeah. Gillian Anderson, British-American, right?
Yeah.
So she was born in Chicago, but soon after her birth was moved to Puerto Rico for 15 months and then to London. She stayed there till she was 11 and then moved again to America.
Oh, yeah.
It's funny, isn't it? That's the age, I think, where your accent sticks.
Is that the...
I moved when I was 10.
Also, then you're saying that it's now 10, not 11. Initially, it was 11. You said that's the age.
But it was already stuck.
Then hang on. You said 11 was the age your accent sticks.
Well, 10, 11.
Right. Okay. Well, 10 and 11 is a huge difference.
All right, you
in
pendant.
kids.
All right, you pendant.
I'm just being spot on. Dylan and Pepper, my niece and nephew, they've got full-on Kiwi accents.
Well, my sister, we used to play with a New Zealand kid round the corner. My sister used to absorb accents. She was 7.
Oh.
She came back talking like that.
But if she'd been 10, she wouldn't. Is that what you're
Exactly.
saying? Or 11?
I think also the factor with me keeping my accent was I got really bullied for it. So instead of changing it, I dug my heels in.
Well.
I'll teach him.
Well, I didn't know, did
to
it?
carry on punching me.
Oh, dear. 0844 499 1000 is the phone number. Suddenly there's 37 minutes of this rubbish left.
No.
I don't know how we're going to fill it. I feel like I've run out of steam a little bit.
Is there any more nipple talk?
They think it's bald over. They found a cure for baldness. But they've actually found a cure for baldness using a cancer treatment. What the heck? There's the irony. Let's read the story. Scientists reckon they've found a cure for baldness. Tests show taking a drug twice a day. It's a specific drug. It's not just any old drug.
Right.
They're doing 2 lines of Coke a day, or a bit of brown or something. It's a special drug. We'll get to the name of the drug in a moment, I'm sure, as the story progresses. Tests show taking a drug twice a day restores hair growth in 4 months.
Gosh.
The pill used to treat bone marrow disorders stimulated significant regrowth in 75% of patients.
Does it all grow in your head though, or will it like?
Well, this is for alopecia though, which is different from baldness, isn't it? Isn't it?
I think so.
If blokes, well, and women, but blokes, primarily blokes that go bald from like the crown and it spreads, that is an alopecia.
Alopecia's still a bit of a mystery, isn't it? Whether it's a nervous thing or.
It helps with a particular type of alopecia. This rare condition occurs when the body attacks its own hair follicles, putting them into a dormant state. It leads to patchy or complete hair loss. TV presenter Gail Porter, 45, suffers with it. Researchers now hope for similar results when the drug known as a JAK inhibitor is tested on men with the more common age-related pattern baldness. Dr. Julian McKay Wigan.
No.
Come on.
How are we spelling Wigan? Like the place?
Yeah. Said, this is encouraging news for patients coping with the physical and emotional effects of... well, I don't believe that. I don't believe it.
It's the way it said, because I thought maybe that you can prevent the hair loss if you know you're going to go bald, but they're bringing hair back.
Bringing hair back from the dead.
Yeah.
I met Gail Porter and she has a tiny little tuft of hair. Sort of there that grows, and the rest is smoother. She was telling me she was offered treatment for it by the same people that did Rooney's hair, and she said, I just didn't fancy it. I didn't fancy going and doing it.
I bet it's quite painful.
Well, what do they do with that? They sew hair in, do they? They plant The plugs. Now, what are plugs? Someone listening will know this. If you've got any idea what we're talking about, if you can fill in the blanks, 0844 499 1000.
It sounds to me like they sort of like inject it into your head.
Well, inject hair. Rooney's didn't work.
Well, it did.
No, it didn't, because he's gone all thin again. It
Maybe
worked
it's
for
not
about,
permanent, but
worked,
it did look awesome for a while.
It worked for 6 months and then it went again. James Nesbitt's worked, but he looks too hairy. He looks like he's meant to be bald.
I'm wondering actually whether part of it is a syrup.
Really?
On James. Well, I was watching him today and I thought that's very thick.
But I mean, we used to work with someone who would spray their hair on.
Yeah.
Remember that fellow we saw in Boots who'd like marker penned his hair?
Well, it did look like
he's completely bald, but it looked like
drawn it on like a Lego man.
Yeah, like a big black marker pen, and just coloured his head
Shiny,
in.
wasn't it?
It's the weirdest thing. I mean, I wouldn't like. I don't think I'm going to go bald. I've got a fine head of hair. I don't think this is going anywhere. Yeah, I think this is gonna stay. But I don't think being bald for men and women, it's a different thing, I believe. But I don't think being bald for men is society. In society, it's not a thing. But
no, but
personally,
to the man,
individually, yeah.
To the man, it is. I know a lot of men who are really upset about losing their hair.
Oh well.
And there's all sorts of shampoos and things you can get.
Well, that's all rubbish. And getting a cow to lick your head.
What?
Getting a cow to lick your head is supposed to restore hair growth. Well, wives' tale.
Can't think of any bald farmers offhand.
But none of those things work. None of those pills and potions work. If you're going to do it, you've got to spend upwards of 15k to go and get that done. And even then, there's a reason why you're bald. God doesn't want you to have hair. That's why. And you can't fight that. You can't fight that.
Actually, these days women quite like men with no hair. There's, some women that really go for that.
Is it? It must be cold to have no hair.
Or does your head get used to it?
Well, I don't like old men with wrinkly faces and bald heads because their heads are still smooth and their faces are wrinkly. And that's weird. Their head doesn't wrinkle. That is weird.
True. Sometimes it does a bit at the back if they're a big lad.
If they're frowning. 0844. We've got another half hour of this bullshine. There's not a lot in the papers. We'll see what we come up with. If you want to take part, you're more than welcome to. 08. If you don't want to either, then up yours. 0844 499 1000. I'm Iain Lee. This is Talk Radio.
Late night, Iain Lee on Talk Radio.
We have ways of making you talk.
0844 499 1000 is the telephone number if you want to give us a call, but the phones have gone quiet. That's fine for the last half hour of the show. I should warn you now, though, dear listener, there is absolutely nothing in the papers, and it feels like there's been nothing in the papers for weeks. I mean, all the papers, the Clinton-Trump thing was too late for the papers, and you do, I did find that, what I heard of it, quite tedious, really. It seems to be lots of him interrupting and her kind of going, listen to that guy, listen to him, listen to him, he's a jerk-off. I mean, paraphrasing, but that seems to be the main thrust of it. Over 100 million people watched that.
Well, I'm hoping the Americans watched it. They're going to have to vote.
How many people are in America?
Loads. More than 100 million.
Well, there's 68 million in England. There's like 1.1 billion in India. 1.6 billion in China. And I'm going to say, in America...
A gazillion.
No, let me stupid. 350 million is what I'm
going to check?
No, I don't want you to check. I want a caller to call in and give me the facts.
Okay.
But I reckon 350 million. In that case, what were the other 2/3 of the country doing?
Watching Hooten and the Lady.
Which sounds like a really good show.
Excellent.
Really good show.
He said that he kind of squirmed out of answering whether he pays his taxes and suggested he's too smart to pay taxes.
Wait, no, he didn't. He didn't squirm out of it. He said he's too smart. He said he's too smart to pay taxes. Genius. Absolute genius. He's going to be president of the United States of America. God. Country Files Sheepdog Special.
What?
They used to show that as a TV programme, didn't they?
One Man and His Dog.
One Man and His Dog. It would be on it. And it was quite popular. I would watch that. If One Man and His Dog was on, I would watch that kind of relaxing.
Didn't Tony Blackburn do a thing of a sheep thing recently?
Yeah, for ITV.
Yeah.
But I don't want to watch celebrities do it. I want to watch real trained
Shepherds.
people do it with, and see the skill of it. Proper old skill. They probably, hardly anyone does it now. They must have like robo dogs or drones. It'll be drones. You herd the sheep with drones. That's what it'll be. I'd watch that actually as well. As long as they fired out lasers. Drone sheep herding with lasers. I would watch that.
We had a farm at school.
Oh yeah.
For the kids who didn't want to do biology or didn't get the grades to do biology.
Yeah.
And the great thing about the farm was that we had an electric fence.
Oh, I used to love holding an electric fence.
The chain reaction electric fence thing was great fun. It was right next to the youth club as well, so asking for it.
There's nothing better than having a little bit of a beer buzz going on and holding on to an electric fence. Is this one electric? No. Is this one electric? No. Is this one Yes! There's one of those viral videos of a New Zealand girl. You seen this, Ed? The New Zealand girl. And she grabs the electric fence and it gives her such a shock that she falls over and somehow manages to land face down in a cowpat. It's genius. One of the most... Here's the thing, guys, right? That is one of the most viewed videos on the internet of all time, ever. A drunk Kiwi girl getting zapped from... Oh, no, that's what it is. That's it. She puts her arse up against it. She puts her bare arse up against it, and that gives her the shock, and she flies forward into a cowpat. That's what it is.
She's got her kicks down as well.
Yeah.
It's got it all, hasn't it?
We had it on Drunk Kiwis Make You Laugh Out Loud. But it is but that's one of the most viewed videos in the world ever. It's had the kind of audiences that Hollywood could only dream of. Hooten and the Lady, however good it may be, will get like a tiny, tiny fraction of the views that has had.
They need to write that in.
Yeah. So you look for it on YouTube.
I will. I've never seen it. How can it be the most viewed and I've not seen it?
Country Files Sheepdog Special caused a stir yesterday after a show full of innuendo about dogging. Oh,
what?
Come on.
Oh, they're doing the Bake Off thing, are they?
The BBC One, have you got it?
No, hang on. Drunk Kiwi.
Electric fence.
Cowpat.
That's all you need. You got it?
Hang on.
Does it come up?
Girl touches butt to electric fence.
Yeah, that's it.
This will be it.
Yep.
Is there some swearing?
Yeah, well, we've got a done button.
Hang on.
But you imagine.
I've got to sign in to confirm my age because she gets a bum out.
Yeah.
No, I don't. Not on this one, I don't. Oh, she's filmed it in portrait. Of course she has.
Challenge.
I've got that. Don't worry, I got that. We still got another 7 seconds. There we go. We can get rid of that now. Get rid of that now, please. Thank you.
It right down.
There we go.
I'm just going to watch it quietly.
Fun times. The BBC One hits guest expert for the 40th anniversary of One Man and His Dog, and two hosts all made cheeky cracks.
She's getting her bum out.
Gosh, you're watching the movie length, the director's cut.
She's backing up. No.
Andy Jackman said, as Jock Welsh, 15. There's a 15-year-old. This is genius. This is what I want my kids to be achieving with their lives. Not Lego Star Wars. I want them to be shepherds. She's done it yet?
No, she's just about to... Oh, she's such a wuss.
Gosh, why are you watching the long version? Watch the 20-second version. Andy Jackman said as Jock Welsh. Jock Welsh as well, there's a name. 15, supervised his mutt Nell. He should be dogging the 2 sheep, not the 3. Oh, jeez. Host Anita Rani. These are, I mean, to say these are innuendos, this is stretching it quite considerably.
They're just saying it, aren't they?
Host Anita Rani, 38, joined in as she said of a Cotswold farmer, Dick and his dogging could be tested to their limit.
Oh, she's gone.
In the cow pat. It's good, isn't it? A bit of fun. Colleague Matt Baker, 38, sniggered as the contestant was dubbed Lucky Dick. Viewers tweeted suggestions. They were playing innuendo bingo. John Fagg wrote, dogging, what am I watching? I mean, jeez. Is that the best? This is what I'm talking about.
The skill is good enough, guys. We don't need to be doing these jokes.
The level of journalism has sunk to an all-time low. Yeah, they got that story from Twitter.
Of course they did.
They got it from Twitter. This is the thing, right? All these rubbish news stories that are now from Twitter. I could be a journalist by going on Twitter and seeing what people are getting angry about and writing a story about it.
You don't even need to have that many people being angry or
you need
noticing things.
Well, this is one person called John Fagg. 0844 499 1000. I'm Ian Lee. This is Talk Radio.
The wild man of late night radio is back.
Ian Lee on Talk Radio.
We have ways of making you talk.
Yes, Rashid!
Was that the 2 mics?
Sorry?
I was listening to the 2 mics while I was on hold.
Well, isn't that strange? I don't know how that happened.
Well, I've been sending all my emails to Talk Radio. I mean, Talk Sport.
Well,
you haven't had any of them, have you?
I haven't received any of them because you've been sending them to the wrong place, you utter prune.
Hey, Ian, you're always on about time travel.
Yeah, I love it. It's my favourite genre of movie.
Yeah, there is proof that it actually exists because in Mike Tyson's fight in 1995, which is on YouTube, there's a man with an iPhone. If you type into YouTube, Tyson, iPhone, and you see a man in the audience, in the crowd, in the fight, filming the fight with an iPhone.
Let's have a little Tyson iPhone. I like these old bits of. There's an old Charlie Chaplin film where someone's on a mobile phone. Unexplained time traveller seen at Mike Tyson fight, 1995. Let's have 1995 Tyson versus McNeely.
Tyson's return.
Okay.
To go straight ahead, but with the elusiveness, something he got.
Oh my God, there is! That is freaky!
Great music as well. Really great.
Hang on.
Oh.
That is messed up.
Sending shivers down your spine, that is, I tell you.
Catherine's going to pour scorn on you. Hang
Well,
on.
isn't it just like a camcorder thing?
In 1995, are you nuts? They were huge. In 1995.
How many millions of views has it had? Nobody's answered it. Nobody's, solved the puzzle.
God.
That is freaky deaky, man.
What about subliminal messages, Ian? Do you believe in subliminal messages in advertisement?
I don't think subliminal messages work.
What about the FedEx one? You know the FedEx sign? Can you see the subliminal message in the FedEx sign?
There is. Now, this rings a bell. This rings... Hang on a minute.
Does Kath know it?
No.
Don't show her. Just think of the FedEx sign.
I'm
going
gonna
to get.
I'm going to get
the image. Sorry.
I'm looking at it.
Bit excited.
Oh, yeah, it's an arrow.
Oh, you party pooper.
Well, no, but I can see it. I'm looking at it.
What can Kath see?
Well, I can now, yeah.
But that's not subliminal. That's just that's either design or it's a happy coincidence.
Very clever. Very clever advertising. That is very.
Someone once told me the Bacardi bat has got a massive wanger, and that's the whole point of it. And it's meant to be sort of a masculine thing.
A what?
The bit, it's his tail, isn't it? The Bacardi bat.
I don't know what the Bacardi bat is.
Well, you know
the wanger.
John Thomas. If you look at the Bacardi bat, let's have a look. But this guy was full of it.
So. Is it severed?
It's a tail, isn't it?
It would be better if it was.
Oh, the
It would get your
Bacardi
attention
Van.
more.
Oh, that's just its tail. I'm trying to do some complicated. So 54-13. That's.
Ian, I did some stand-up comedy.
Oh yeah, how did that go?
It was called a story slam.
It was.
It's a new concept from the States.
Oh, what the hell? Go on, what is it?
I don't know. My mate phoned me because you're interested in doing a story. I was like, okay, I'll do it. But there was 7 of us, seven different storytellers, and then at the end they vote. Who the audience vote who was the best story. I won.
Did you?
Yeah, I did.
I don't like the competitive nature of that.
I didn't like it because the guy before me, his story, because it could be a sad story, a funny story. The guy before me was a story about somebody being executed.
Ooh.
And it was a true story, and I had to follow that, and mine was funny. I was like, how am I going to follow that?
Well, if you're following something doer like that, then doing something funny, you're always going to win. In terms of that, but why? So why did you do it? You ever done anything like that before?
I've never done anything like that before. I just did it with the family, and I phone into you and try and be a bit funny now and again.
Yeah.
I like to make people laugh, but it is a good feeling. But I thought I'll just do it. He phoned me. He's my friend. He's got an art centre. He does all these arty-farty things, and he said to me, "Do you want to do it?" And I was like, "You know what? I'm going to have a go."
Good for you.
Yeah, I'm going to have a go. I'm fed up of getting bored in my lorry. Let me have a go. And I brought the house down. I was chuffed.
You going to do it again?
I might do it again.
I don't like. I'm not keen as I get older. I find I'm less and less keen on the competitive nature of performance in terms of making it into a competition. So I've never watched the X Factor all the way through. I haven't really seen the X Factor for about 10 years. When it dawned on me that the first couple of rounds, the funny bit, is basically just laughing at mentally ill people. That's what it is. Because before those auditions, those poor souls will go and audition in front of producers and runners and researchers, and those producers and runners and researchers go, knowing that person is absolutely awful and probably mentally ill, they say, "Oh, I think you're great. This is just what Simon's looking for. Would you come back to the big auditions and be filmed?" And so they think that they've got... Wasn't Alan up for being on X Factor or something? That these people think that they've got an actual chance of becoming, a superstar as a result of that, and they're being exploited.
Soon bursts their bubble, though, doesn't it? It does burst their bubble.
Yeah, but it kind of explains why some of them aren't very happy about it. I was going to say go crackers, but you know what I mean? Some of them respond badly.
Yeah. I must admit, I do enjoy when I'm feeling a bit down. I do go and research some of those old the worst of the X Factor, and I tell you, they crack me up every time. I can't help it. I'm sorry. There's one guy who says, what's he say? There's 2 of them. He goes, "Well, I'm a rapper, and I'm a singer." So I think what's the Irish guy? He says to him, "So describe who you would be." He goes, "Well, I think I'm P Diddy. I'm like P Diddy," and he's like Rick Ashley. And they crack me up. Anton Deck, their name is, but what's his name? Simon calls him Anton Deaf.
I find it all so tedious. All of that whole Simon Cowell's obviously a genius, and I'm surprised the bubble hasn't burst yet, although the show seems to be flagging a bit. But it feels like I've seen it before. Seen it before.
And the sad stories as well. The sad stories. You got to have.
I'm doing this because my mum died of cancer.
Yeah,
then it starts playing Snow Patrol, and you just think, oh, geez, okay, right, they've got a backstory, they'll get through. But I just think it's exploitative, and I think it's cruel, and I'm not one of those people that think Simon Cowell is killing the music industry. I wouldn't think that for a second, because pop has always been, plastic and has been made by suits, via a scientific formula. So he's just following that tradition. I just think he's killing television.
The one that we did, Ian, my mate did, it was like we all had to face the wall afterwards. I didn't really know about this at the end, but he goes, we'll all face the wall, the performers. And then there was like a clapometer from the audience, and he would point. So you didn't really know who was getting the biggest clap.
Oh.
It's only right at the end, you turn around and say, yeah, you were the one. And I did the X Factor thing, a parody of the X Factor, where I fell down on the floor like I was I was so emotional that I'd won.
Oh, well, good for you, Rashid. Good for you for doing it. Good for you for winning it. Good for you for getting out of your comfort zone. I'm all for people stepping outside of that comfy little circle that we stand in.
And I had that weird celebrity type of experience where I was speaking to people, and then from, an angle, I just felt somebody staring at me. It was a young girl, staring at me. Like,
wow.
I was like, made eye contact with her, and she goes, "That was great." Wow. And I was like, oh. I didn't know what to do.
I think you meant to go and make love to her.
Oh,
I think that's what that scenario calls for.
Okay. I'll remember that. I'll
remember that next time, man.
But it was an Islamic function, Ian.
So don't.
Hang on a minute. Muslims have sex.
Oh, no,
don't they? Muslims have sex, don't they?
But I couldn't see her face.
Well, the air of mystery. We worked with someone who had a friend who was turned on by not being able to see their face. And I can kind of...
Do we?
Yeah, we do. Oh, yeah. And I can kind of see how that attraction would work. The kind of, the mystery, the air of mystery that people... Oh, look, loads of people are tweeting me the picture of the camera that it was in that thing. Guys, guess what? I knew it wasn't really time travel, guys. You're not telling me anything new, guys. It was just it was just a fun little video. I've just tweeted. I knew it wasn't really time travel. Because if you're a time traveller, you're going to be a little bit cleverer than that. Everyone said, it's this Casio thing. All right, guys, I got it. All right, yeah, I knew it wasn't really the thing. Okay, guys?
They'll have the iPhone 7 anyway.
All right, guys? Not really, Ian. It was just a very early digital camera. Sorry, debunked. Mystery solved. Casio QV100. All right, guys. I knew it wasn't really a time traveller. I got that. I was just tweeting a video just for, it to be a little bit of fun for people to look at. So they'd look at it and go, oh, that's a bit of fun. But obviously it's not real. You know what I mean?
I do know what you mean.
Jeez, guys. I know it's not a real time traveller. Everyone that has sent me that picture and tell me what camera it is, I'm going to delete you and block you. How's about that? That's a little bit mean, actually. I won't do that. But I'm trying to back count a song, and I can't. Hang on a minute. So it's 3:45, 54, 55, 56, 57. Ed, can you take 3 minutes 45 off of the out time? Because my brain just won't do it. Anyway, Rashid, thank you for that, mate.
Bye.
Bye.
It's nice to step out of the comfort zone and do stuff, which is what I think we have been doing with Film Ring.
You've made me do it a lot.
Yes. 3:45. Performance Ring. Should be able to do it. It's a really easy one, and I just can't do it. 53:45. 54:45. 53:30. 54:30.
All right, Vorderman.
I can't do.
At ease.
54:30. That's close enough. There we go. Thank you. And I wish I'd done it more when I was in my 20s.
God, I wish I'd done it more. I wish I'd just done it more. Yeah, exactly. When I could have really done outrageous things.
I know, it's and we're doing it now, and that's Film Ring was a punt, and Performance Ring is a punt, and this record launch on Sunday I'm doing is a punt.
All that time though in our 20s, I was the sort of person who think, I'm not good enough to do that yet. I'll wait.
Yeah.
She's just had a go. The people the BS merchants got on because I don't know whether they really believed they could do it or just made out they could, but they went on. And I don't know, I'm an idiot.
Oh no, I look back. I wasted so much of my life by just sitting there nodding and not doing stuff. CJ has tweeted us. I love talk radio. It gives me a raging speed horn.
Gosh.
Well, I'm just thinking that's a possible slogan.
Instead of we'll get you talking, we'll give you a raging speed horn.
Oh, I know that we have lots of, we have a new paymasters now that maybe they're thinking of rebranding, and that could be the way to go. Talk radio will give you a raging speed horn. I don't really know what a raging speed horn is.
No, but it sounds exciting.
It really does. Well, that's it, dear listener. That's the end of another roller coaster ride of fun and laughs and looking into our souls. If you, our souls. We're back tomorrow night, or tonight at 10 o'clock, as per usual. Don't think we've got any guests lined up, but we'll see what happens. Don't forget to download the podcast. In the meantime, here's an Imani Coppola song that I don't think you know.
Talk Radio. Digital debate for the UK.
Pick up your phone and talk radio.
We'll get you talking.